Wacky Wednesday.
It's Wacky Wednesday con El Bumper.
Unfiltered, the real deal. No pre-planning, no chingaderas. Straight up from the Ville.
Wacky Wednesday.
B-Town's very own.
It's Wacky Wednesday con El Bumper.
Here's your host, Bumper Gomez.
And welcome to another episode of Bumper's Wacky Wednesday, live from our studio here in San Antonio, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, Eddie's nervous. He's nervous. He actually double tapped. So you guys got to get a little video and a half, which is all good. We're both nervous. We're both nervous because we have an accordion legend slash beast slash entertainer slash father slash country sing.
Keep going.
There we go. No, man. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. If this is the very first time you ever come across Bumper's Wacky Wednesday, welcome from the bottom of our heart. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you're watching on YouTube, whether you're watching on Facebook, the show is absolutely free. All we ask, one thing from you is to, like, subscribe, and share. Share the feed. If you're on Facebook, just hit that share down there. Share it to your feed. If you're on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, and share to the channel Bumper Gomez. We would greatly appreciate it, and it allows the show to grow even more. And super, I'm excited, dude. I'm super excited to have this gentleman in the building with us. Grammy Award winner. Dude, the list can go on and on and on and on. Yeah, Bumper, comprale casa. I already hear it. I already see the comments. I know they're coming, man. I'm excited. That's the easiest way to put it. This interview has been a long time coming, and we're going to talk about that as well. But again, man, welcome to Bumper's Wacky Wednesday, where we love to talk Tejano, Conjunto, Texas country, cultura, anything underneath the sun. We'll talk about it right here on Bumper's Wacky Wednesday. So again, man, make sure you like, subscribe, and share. We would greatly appreciate it. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, my guest this evening, all the way from San Antonio, Texas, please put your hands together for my good friend, Mr. Sonny Sauceda.
Howdy. Howdy, everybody listening in, watching in, tuning in. If you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, whatever tube you're on. First of all, thank you for having me, Bumper. Thank you so much. Congratulations, number one. We were talking earlier about how you've been doing this for 4 and a half years. And you told me the story about how it started. And now I think we should start having pizza.
On Wacky?
Yeah.
Man, get sponsored by Hungry Howie's Pizza.
Whatever, just give us free pizza. Because after drinking some whiskey, you might get a little hungry.
You're absolutely right, but I'll be up here smacking some pepperoni, man. If they were to do that, man.
Hey, it's all right. It's okay, man.
But Sonny, dude, I'm honestly, man, really, really excited that you came out to be with us this evening. I know you're a very busy man. Your accolades speak for themselves, and for the people watching, what we really like for you to get for the show is just to get to know Sonny a little bit more on a different level, other than what when you go to a radio station and you kind of hear the same questions and stuff like that. We want to know, does he like pozole and menudo? Does he even eat that? Does he eat tripa tacos? Like, you know what I mean? Flour, corn.
First of all, fat boys, we eat anything, right? Fat boys eat anything, number one. Number two, if you're a musician and you get free food, you're going to eat. I don't know how many times my musicians, when they can have like a burger in their hand, show up to the meeting point, they're drinking their soda, have their burger, and then I say, hey, y'all want to go eat or what? And if I say, do you want to go eat?
That means you're paying.
That usually means dad's going to pay, right? So they're like, yeah, we're hungry. I'm like, but you're eating. Like, no, but it's okay. I'm like, como que no le dieron de comer.
Well, I'm kind of the same way. Like I could just I could have just. I'm gonna be honest with the people watching. I mean, you could tell, right? But I could call my wife, and I could literally just finish a 6-inch Subway, right? And she's like, "Hey, we're gonna go eat. You want to go?" Yeah, where we go? Where are we going? Like,
let's go.
I'm ready to go, man. Un saludos to my good friend. I just saw he's on. I haven't seen him in a while. Mr. Ronald Reese, right from the Vegas Tejano Takeover. Un saludos to Richard Garza from the Los Musicales. To everybody tuning in, Mr. Anthony Patterson from Ron Hoover, big sponsor of Bumpers Wacky Wednesday. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Really, really appreciate it. Jojo Herrera from Tejano Up Radio. We're going to be doing some stuff with them at the end of this month. Well, it's still October.
Well, yeah, man.
Hey, tomorrow's Halloween, vato.
That's right.
What are you going to be? Sunny Sauceda.
I don't know what I'm going to be. That's a great question. I haven't dressed up in a while. What did I dress up as? What was I last year? Was I, what was I? I think you were Bruce Jenner. Was I Bruce Jenner? I was Bruce Jenner when he was Bruce Jenner.
Neta, like you were like when he was in the Olympics or what?
Yeah,
the Wheaties box,
the little red shorts, no underwear. I'm just like I didn't wear underwear. I actually wore underwear for you today.
You thought it was Jenner, but everybody thought you were Richard Simmons. Vato.
Oh, they saw the cakes. They're like, "Hey, good boy." I didn't know it was my birthday.
Oh my goodness, man! Oh my goodness. Well, you know, Sonny, I grew up. I don't like to say I grew up, right? Because it always makes the artist like, pues chingado.
We're never gonna grow up.
No. Like, how old is the artist?
Well,
but you know, we forget that you started doing this at a very young age.
1982.
That's when you started, right?
1982. Well, with in Tejano, 1994-ish, something around there. But altogether, since 1982, I used to get paid $5 a night. And my dad would say, "You're getting paid to do a job. You're a professional. This is what you do, and this is a commitment. This is what we're gonna do. Kiss your weekends goodbye. Kiss your holidays goodbye." I mean, I was a kid. He said, don't ask me to go to parties. Don't ask to go to, later on. No football games. None of that. This is so since from the jump, it was. This is music. This is music business. And I didn't realize how ahead of the time he was. Maybe he wasn't ahead of the time, but it's a different mindset, right? So, he taught me that. So that's why I say I've been doing this for 42 years now, professionally.
42 years, bro.
42, yeah.
Well, you look like you're in your 40s, though.
Well, I sold my soul to the devil.
Don't, hey, Sonny, don't say that, dude. Y luego la camisa que tiene, Eddie, no, hombre.
That's why he gets scared. He's like, I don't know what it is. I'm just sweating.
No, he just got my holy water. Ahorita está tirando holy water de atrás. Oh, my goodness. No, man, I grew up listening, of course, we can't say Sunny Sauceda without saying Grupo Vida.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely. It's my baby.
You were the very first person that I ever saw, and I'm sure a lot of people watching they're gonna like, dang, Bumper, yes, you asked them the question.
No question.
The question is,
which one?
How in the hell did you start wearing gloves to play the accordion?
Oh man, see, that the thing is, I used to play bajo sexto, right? Well, I still play it, but I'm not that's not what I play anymore, right? So I would play at the flea markets, right? And when I played at the flea markets, when it was winter or fall, we would play at Flea Mart, and it was cold, so they would hurt the strings hurt your fingers, and I would wear these jersey gloves, like they're the little cotton gloves you buy at the gas stations. They're like the brown gloves. And I would cut out the index finger and the thumb, and I would hold the pick and play bajo sexto. But at the same time, I was a big Motley Crue fan, right? And I was a big Nikki Sixx fan, the bass player, because I'm a bass player first. I'm not even really an accordion player. I've been faking it all these years. I've been faking it. I'm a bass player. I'm a bajo player. I sing. I've been singing probably longer than I've been playing. And that's my first instrument, actually. So the idea was, I was playing in the fall, played the bajo sexto. And I was thinking, So I actually have a book. I have a little notebook of ideas that I was going to do with my accordion, things I was going to do with it. Of course, one of them was cut it in half with a chainsaw. I still need to light it on fire. Jump out of get shot out of a cannon. Jump out of a helicopter. But the idea was because I had a poster of Nikki Sixx. Like he was flicking you off with leather gloves, all tatted up, just looking cool. Before tattoos were actually cool. Right. Now they're trendy. And I don't have one tattoo. Isn't that crazy? So that's where that whole idea came from, the gloves. And so it's kind of it was kind of a thing I did during the fall when I played outside. We played for 5 hours. And after a while, man, your fingers start to hurt. Man, any bajo player out there will tell you, man,
your fingers hurt.
Oh, man, I laugh at these bajo players, guitar players. They play for 1 hour or 2 hours. I'm tired. My fingers. Shut up. Say to play for 5 hours. Tell a sequel. So whatever.
Oh, my goodness. No, man. And so, going back to the accordion, though. So when I seen you, I was like, who is this vato wearing gloves? and then, we had Jaime.
Yeah.
We had guys already kind of
Albert?
like Albert Zamora. We had dudes that were moving around with the accordion and being showman with the accordion. Mingo. He's kind of almost the originator, right? Of dancing with the accordion kind of.
Well, Juan P. Moreno and I had a conversation about this about 20 years ago. And he says that there's one other guy, and I cannot remember. I have to ask Juan P. again. And there was a guy that would throw a hat on the floor and he either played bajo or accordion. And that's actually the original guy. Like the guy that was like
that would dance.
But nobody knew who he was, right?
Yeah.
And, everybody knows music business it's not about how, it's a popularity contest, right? There's a lot of guys that are great. I don't know who that guy was, but of course, the guy that I always remember was, of course, Mingo. When I see Mingo, I kind of see me. Like I see a lot of that. I'm like, man.
The dancing cowboy.
Yeah, because he's like, that guy is... Don't get me fangirl. I'll fangirl on Mingo. I love Mingo. He's my favorite.
Hey, ¿cómo se llamaba the one that used to go to all the Walmarts to sell accordions?
Wally Gonzalez?
Dude, I always used to get him mixed up.
You can have her. She's too fat for me. She's too fat for me. She's too fat for me.
Oh my God,
Come
man.
on, Wally.
Yeah, dude. I always even to this day, sometimes when I carry car, I always get him confused. No, dude. So again, going back to when I first saw you, I honestly, the very first time that I ever saw Vida live was in Ybor City, downtown Tampa, Florida.
Oh, wow. So was it Vida or Eddie and Vida? See.
Well, no, you were with them. You were with them, bro.
Well, I was with them, but it could have been like 1996, 7?
Later.
So then that was Vida, because Eddie Vida was 90. Well, they were before me was, I think 93, 94, 95. I think I got out in 90.
This was either 99.
And then there was Vida.
Yeah.
That was Vida. Yeah. We parted ways.
Yeah. You parted ways that year, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But again, I saw you and I was just like, dude, this is crazy. Here's this guy wearing gloves, playing the accordion. And does that affect, like, do you play the accordion differently without gloves?
You know what? People have asked me that. I almost feel like Kiss. I think somebody asked Kiss, do you record in the studio with makeup on? And they're like, no, stupid, no. Oh yeah, all the time. You know what? I mean, I think it's it is a little different. You have to readjust. You're always readjusting, but for the most part, I practice without gloves on, and when I play. But I use really thin, I used to use these golf gloves that were really, really thin, and I don't play golf. I mean, maybe player one, but I don't play real golf. But it was thin gloves. The first gloves were Franklin gloves. And I think I may have like shoplifted them because I couldn't afford to buy them. And I know, right? I'm admitting to a crime. I think
it's gonna be a knock at the door here in a minute, man.
Sir,
somebody said that the reason that you wore gloves So you didn't want to leave your fingerprints nowhere.
No, hombre. So I'm a serial killer.
All right, so we got the important question out of the way, ladies and gentlemen. Right, Sonny Sauceda is the guy that you grew up watching wearing gloves.
Well, Albert Zamora wore gloves, but he would cut them.
Yeah, but you could see his fingers. Like
Yeah.
you would wear like white gloves, like the whole
thing.
hands were white. Like you'd be like, oh shit, he's wearing a full set of gloves. Like if you cut your fingers, I mean, you're still using your flesh. You know what I'm saying?
But I love Albert Zamora. He's
Great accordion, great showman. Let's see. I have a pair of first gloves that Sonny used to get. Mark Fabula. Wow. Sonny, you know, I've watched many interviews with you, and of course the Vida thing always comes up.
Of course.
Right? Was that something that you wanted to do? Was it something that like built up, or it was just like from one day to the next, like, yeah, it's like, oh, I'm going to do my own thing?
You know what? When I was with Eddie Gonzalez, we were recording El Disgusto. And I've been recording since I was 5 years old. About, I think 5 or 6 years old, I recorded my first like 45. So I actually have a 45 and a cassette, you know, as a solo artist. So I was actually a solo artist before I joined any other group. It was Sonny Sauceda, El Chaparrito Picoso. Now, if you've known me for that long, you know El Chaparrito Picoso. And so when we were recording El Disgusto, Joey Jr., Joey Lopez, Canelo Lopez's son, Junior came up, Sonny, haz tu grupo. Yo te tengo como Michael y como Carlos. Back then, Carlos the Cachorros, and they had, you know, Polorías. They had, you know, all these, you know. And I was just like, I don't know. So it's kind of been something that's always been there, right? But I wasn't ready with Grupo Vida. You could call me like I'm like the Brian Wilson. I was the Brian Wilson of the group, right? I was the musical director. I hired the guys. I trained the guys. You know, I'm the architect. That's the sound that I brought to that table. Like if you hear Eddie Gonzalez, 19, you know, it's ay cariñito, da-da-da-ba, real pretty. And Eddie has a really beautiful voice. And he's a super good looking kid. Had the record deal, and then, you know, we would play with these ideas, right? These ideas for songs, and he liked to dance, and so did I. I actually, when I was a kid, I would pretend to play the guitar. Before I started playing guitar, I only sang. I was 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I started playing bass I played bass when I was 7. So I would pretend, but I was always like kind of moving around, kind of into that. And so when Eddie and I got together, he would do these moves. So I just created licks for the moves, right? And then I created licks, and he would create dance moves. And then we started developing that style. And then Tim would like play whatever I did, you know, like he would, like a marching band drummer, right?
Just follow you.
Just follow me, and I would just make up stuff, and Eddie would dance to it, or Eddie would dance on it, and it was kind of a back and forth thing. And me and Eddie were very competitive, right? Like our best shows were the nights where, you know, we were like, and he would, you know, that's a whole other story.
So you guys were literally on the stage, like, all right, cabrón, you want to do that? I got you. I'm gonna do this.
I would make up licks to the show, so it was very based around the accordion. So, how did we get there? Okay, so those sounds were. That was all the stuff that I created, you know, even with Vida as we continued. And if you listen to my body of work, if you listen to my body of work, you know, from the times that I...
His artistic side is showing, ladies and gentlemen.
My body of work, you listen to the Eddie stuff, you listen to the Vida stuff, and you listen to my stuff, it's you'll hear the consistency, right? Because it's what I do. That's just what I do. Like, that's the only thing I know how to do. Like, I can't copy. I mean, like, people have compared me to Jaime. I love Jaime. Albert. I love Albert. But those guys are super intentional, right? They're super programmed. I have some stuff that's programmed. But for the most part, it's just off the cuff, you know. There's certain things we do, but every show is a little different, honestly. Every show is a little different. And, you know, it's just kind of... the only thing I know how to do the way I do it, right? And so, you know, it's been incredible. I mean, I've been called an imposter of me.
You
of me.
well, you know what's
Right?
off the wall
Because I
comment.
look like a bandido now, right?
You do look like a bandido. An off the wall comment,
Yes.
right? That I saw one time. Sonny was playing for us in Beeville. He was actually playing in Beeville, and I saw him behind the stage, like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes before he's supposed to go on stage. And dude, you would have thought this dude is going to get put in as Derrick Henry to run 100-yard dash or on a football team. Este vato, he was stretching. He was he was doing stuff like an athlete gets ready for a game. And it made me think like, well, he is like, he moves around so much that, you got to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. You have to. I mean, I'm 47 now. I gotta warm up, man. I gotta stretch. I gotta even, the guys make fun of me. Oh, because I start doing. Sometimes I started getting into a lot of vocals exercises. Man, but it's your voice, right? And so you have to take care of it. And so it's a part of your performance. Everything's a part. I mean, it's not. I always say we're not only candy for your ears, we're candy for your eyes, right? Come on,
hey, dude. Ladies and gentlemen, just for your knowledge, his wife is here in the audience, so he is allowed to make these comments.
Oh yeah, that's just me.
If a glass flies this way, then And speaking of glasses,
yeah. That's a nice glass, buddy. That must be some high dollar, bougie.
So I confess to Sonny, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you guys can see, but I went and got a whiskey glass, and of course I gave him a nice one, and I was like, well, this is the one. It's clean. I'm gonna grab this one, and it's a plastic one. I've been using it for a couple of weeks. I'm like, this is cool. My wife bought me one. It's like, it's kind of like a weird shape, but like you can pour it out if you want. It's got like a little beaker.
I like it.
Well, then when I was here before we started, I looked down and said, wait a minute, that shit looks like it's melted. So
because you have a really good dishwasher.
Beat your dishwasher melted my cup, man.
It's okay.
So there you go. Fun fact for the day. Sonny,
yes,
I love what you're doing right now, bro.
Thank you.
You're actually doing something that for years we've been talking about on the show, and I've talked about it 3 years ago when I started. I would dibble dabble. Watch that word.
Oh yeah,
I would dibble dabble with some country artists on here.
Yeah,
and I love to see I always say the Chicanitos out there because they're younger than me, right?
Yeah.
These little young Chicanos out there that love country music. Their roots are Tejano. Their parents, they'll come on the show. They love Tejano. They like playing it, but they love doing country music. They love doing it live. Mm-hmm. And you here lately, dude, have found a way to merge these two. Not that it hasn't been done. Ladies and gentlemen, we know it's been done. Many people have Freddie Fender, just Johnny to say one, Johnny Rodriguez, all these guys have done it. But here recently, it's kind of, we really didn't have anybody. But you're finding a way to merge our culture with that culture.
Well, that was the whole premise. That was my whole premise when we were doing that kind of stuff with Vida, right? But it had to make sense. It has to make sense. And I'm very, again, I'm a producer. I'm a music creator. So I'm very methodical about what I do, very intentional. And it has to make sense with what you're doing, and so it has to, like Hot Sauce literally talks about me, about what I make, make friends everywhere you go. It's not who you are, but who you know. Lyrical content, the demeanor, and it's also important. And at the same time, I really am a redneck Mexican. I really did grow up in the country. I didn't want to sing songs just to sing a song, right? I wanted to sing songs that meant something to you. Me, right? That meant, and so, it's. I just call it plugging in. We're plugging in because it's always been there. And what I've learned so far is that the country market, the Texas country market, the red dirt market, whatever you want to call it, Because if you go to Oklahoma, don't say Texas country. And if you go to Nashville, do not say Texas country. Okay, we're Oklahoma. We're red dirt. Like they dubbed me in Oklahoma, Tejano red dirt. Okay, Tejano red dirt. And yeah, there's a whole country Latino movement. But this is something, honestly, that people have been asking for 24 years now, right? So when we went on tour with the Dixie Chicks and that whole thing, you know, the lessons, and I was telling you earlier, you know, they've been asking for that. And I've done some things, you know, we did some stuff with Vida. And then on my own, I was invited to do some Red Dirt stuff with like Donnie Lyles and just different things. And people always said, we love what you do. We just wish we knew what you were saying, what you were singing, like the words. So it's so crazy. It's just so wild because my girlfriend's dad, you know, when I was like 15, I remember he said, "Mijo, you have a great country voice." And I said, "What? Like from where? Like, what are you talking about?" Like, I was into Bernal and Mingo and Nicky Snick. You know.
What dare you be talking about there, sir?
What you talking about? And so, you know, it was just crazy because, so now we here we are. But what I've done is just plug in, right? And I'll tell you one of the first comments I got from one of the main guys in this whole Texas country, Dave Smith, and he is the owner of the T3R charts. AJ Vallejo took me in there. He's the producer of the show. Steve Trevino had introduced me to him. First thing he says, and they were kind of like, I said hi to him, and he was an older man. He is an older man, and I hear him and Dave Smith and AJ Vallejo are like, you know, they're right there talking, and I'm over here, and I hear him say, "Hey, man, that's good. We have a Tejano here. That's really good." That was his first comment. So, you know, I went.
You're saying,
I'm like, what? Huh? I said, what? Well, I thought it was somebody's grandpa. I was like, whose grandpa is that? He was like an older guy, and he's like the main guy, really sweet man. And he's also like, now he's promoting the new record, right? But, you know, I don't think people really know how much Tejano music is loved and adored. Aside from the fact that you're like, I know you're a lover of the music, but, you know, there's, of course, there's the other side of the fence of people that are, you know, of course, the haters, the naysayers that talk about how, it's, you know, it's dead, and, you know, all this and all that, and it's still here, and we're the visibility is not what it used to be. We're still here though, so, and it's still a very viable genre.
It's vibrant as hell.
And so it's the crazy thing. So people love it, people are enjoying it, and, you know, if you live in Texas, honestly, like, you're not gonna be in Texas, anywhere in Texas, and not hear a Tejano song. If you're, especially, like, the whole world loves tacos. The whole world loves tacos. And if you're old enough, you remember the days that was kind of taboo to show up with a bag of tacos at school.
Yeah.
And it's taboo to talk Spanish at school, right?
No, I remember getting on the bus to go to a track meet, and you'd be one of the last ones to get on the bus, and your mom would make you like 6 chorizo and egg tacos. You know how chorizo and egg has that smell?
Yeah.
And you come on the bus with that bag and grease on the side of the bag. Hey, but you know what? Salutes to a lot of my white friends. My white friends would have PB&Js. And they're like, "Hey, dog, I'll trade you. And we're like, "Hell yeah, we eat this shit every day, right?"
Yeah. I didn't get to live that, but my suegra actually told me that. Mijo, there was a time. I was like, really? And then, of course, there's the whole, you know, I remember my old drummer, you know, Tim would say, "Man, wow." I said, "Why don't you speak Spanish?" And he says, "Well, because..." You know, and he's about 10 years older than I am. He said, because back then, and he went to McCollum, he said, it was frowned upon. I said, oh, that's true. So a lot of my Mexicanos, que son Mexicanos, and I speak Spanish, I'm fluent in Spanish. And digo, ¿por qué cantas en español y no hablas inglés? And then
no hablas español.
Y no hablas español. Y les digo, no, lo que pasa es que cuando ibas para la escuela, cuando vas a la escuela en los Estados Unidos, la gente te critica por hablar español. Entonces que tienes que aprender a hablar inglés muy bien si no te están criticando. And if you didn't live that, you don't know that. So you don't realize that, you know, of course, people, as it turns out, I don't use the word unfortunate, as it turns out, people judge you by your verbal prowess. They judge you if you have, of course, if you have broken English, and that doesn't mean you're not smart. It just there's a gap in the
Canelo Alvarez, bro.
Yeah, Canelo Alvarez. You know. So
he can speak whatever he wants, right? He's got money. He's got money. He can say whatever the hell he wants.
But that's what it was, man. So but the thing is that you can't get away from it, and those are the things that have been going on. But little did I know is that I say all that to say this is that. That side, I call it switching lanes from Tejano to Texas country. Man, I played part of the polka circuit as well. And they love accordion. They love Tejano. They love cumbias. And I've been test marketing the show. And the first time I did it was in Mejia. And my friend Jim Watterson, who owns KNES in Fairfield, Texas, he said, I want you to do a show. I said, man, I'm ready. Let's go. And I really wasn't ready, but I got ready. Yeah. We don't say no. We don't say no.
Yeah, you don't say no to money. Hell no.
We don't say no. So I was already had it in the plan. But I do with the flip show, right? So the flip show is, country. Right now we're just starting. So I only have like 3 songs, right? And the rest is like covers and then some Tejano songs. So I started surveying everybody at the end of the show. And it's mostly non-Spanish speaking people, right? And I say, hey, so what do you think? Did y'all like was it too much Spanish? So they're like, we love it. That's awesome. We didn't even know we like cumbias, but we love them.
You say that, dude. And again, it goes back to where this conversation started, right? It's great. I just think that America as a whole is starting to see the bigger picture, and the bigger picture being that Latinos are involved with a lot of things. We're a big part of this country. We're a big part of the money that comes into this country. We're a big part of everything, right? But for years, Sonny, like we've said many times on the show, you don't see for the amount of Latinos that we have, right? Just like population in the United States, for the amount of Latinos we have, we're the least represented in movies, news stations, politics, like all these things that are in front of us all the time. We're the least represented. We see the least of our people doing those things. But here recently, I just started to see a big change in that. I think people, Latinos now are becoming more involved with politics and stuff like that, and it's cool. It's what needs to happen, right? But you're and again, and we're not taking away from Johnny and all these guys that did it many years. But right now, in the world that we live in now, what you're doing is freaking awesome, dude. Because you're merging these 2 different. We know they're not so different, right? Yeah. But if you're from Georgia or Tennessee or Ohio, your version of a guy with an accordion is probably more of a more of a Mexican sound, right? But when they see Tejano, and then I like when people say, well, how come all the DJs speak in English and the music is Spanish? I said, that's the difference in between a regional Mexican radio station and a Tejano station. A lot of the commercials are going to be in Spanglish. They'll be in English and Spanish, or one or the other, or together, mixed. So again, you're starting another movement in a sense to it. You're able to do that. I mean, just judging by the video that we started the show with, dude, those are vatos pesados in the business, bro.
I think they are. You're right. They're right. You're right. To your point, it's just the timing is right. The lines are blurred, right? When you see, there's a whole movement, right? Country Latino movement in Nashville. There's
Juan P is listening. You were asking for him earlier. He's right there.
I don't know. He probably didn't hear what I was saying. Juan, the guy that you told me about like 20 years ago that used to dance and play accordion. Do you remember the guy's name?
Comment the name, Juan. Yeah, comment the name.
We were like really drunk one time. It was me, him, and Jaime, and one of the best nights of my life to hang out with my idols, and like, oh my gosh, I never forget that night. It was so awesome.
Really?
It was. Oh yeah, can you imagine? I was like 20? I think I was like in my 20s, man. Yeah,
being around dudes that you just freaking admire.
Well, I grew up with those guys. I grew up with Juan. Actually, I always tell Jaime, I said, I was never a Jaime fan. I was always a Juan P. Moreno fan. I was like,
you just so happened to be in the band, bro. You just so happened to be in the band.
You're all right, man.
Yeah,
I was all about the bajo sexto, because I'm a bajo sexto player, right?
Yeah.
And
Don't say that too much, bro.
What? That I'm a bajo sexto.
Stare behind me.
What? Oh, I know. I see it right there. I saw it as soon as I got you. I was like,
Ay, Diosito de vida. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're joining us late, if you just got on, of course, the bearded guy to my left, the one and only Mr. Sonny Sauceda is here with us on Bumper's Wacky Wednesday on this wonderful Wednesday evening. It's an honor and a privilege for me and Eddie both to have him here with us and get to know him a little bit better. We started off the show with this brand new video, right?
Yeah,
a brand new
song, yeah.
Hot Sauce.
Hot sauce.
Dang. Hey, dude, so before we leave that, the vatos in that video, who were those dudes?
Okay, so the guy on the guitar with the beard, he's become one of my best friends. That is Sundance Head, who has won The Voice. He won it about 10 years ago. And he's an amazing, amazing singer, talented songwriter, producer. He's the one that produced Hot Sauce and wrote it with me. And his father actually is Roy Head, who wrote Let It Be for the Beatles and many other songs. And he actually I think he used to perform with James Brown, but he was his own artist as well. And if you look up Roy Head was this crazy wild madman who would do like flips and all kinds of stuff. And he was like a dancer guy, dude.
We got to do homework,
Eddie.
We got to do homework.
Yeah.
We got to do some homework.
And then Stormy Cooper, who's a producer. He's won like producer of the year, studio of the year, 6 times over for the T3R, a bass player. And he plays with Roger Krieger. Alan Huff plays piano with Roger Krieger. He used to play with, oh my gosh, what's the country band? Man, I cannot remember. It's a super famous band. Oh my gosh. I can't.
So most of these dudes played with Roger Krieger?
Pretty much. It's pretty much the Roger Krieger.
Isn't Roger Krieger, he's half Mexicano?
Roger Krieger is actually half Mexicano. Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Really cool guy. And, at first I was like, hey, is Roger going to be okay with this? He's like, no, he's really cool. He's excited about it. So, man, what a blessing they have been. It was started with a conversation, honestly. I called Stormy. I just called him, hey, what's up? How you doing? What's going on? And we had ran into each other at a show in Seguin. What is Seguin, Vicky? Seguin and Seguin. And I just went to go see them. I just wanted to go see them. And I knew Alan Huff. Here's a funny story. It's so intricate, right? Alan Huff started following us when we recorded Polcas, Accordiones, and Gritos with Joel and David Lee, the one, and we became friends. Like all romances start on social media, right?
That's a Grammy Award winning.
That's a Grammy Award winning album, and we became friends. And then he would always say, "Hey, come out to the show." I said, "Man, I want to go. I need to go." And we nada. And finally, I went. I got to go. And I said, "Hey, man, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go check y'all out, man." So I just wanted to say hi, And he says, "Nah, man, bring your accordion." I said, "Nah, bro." I said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay, I'll bring my accordion." And so I brought my accordion. I got on stage with them. We got off, and I had met Stormy, and we're talking about working together. It never really happened, And I just kind of followed up with him one day. Like, "Hey, what's up?" He says, "I need to get you into the studio with Sundance." And I said, "Sure, why not?" And I didn't even know who he was. Long story longer, como dice AC Cruz. Long story longer, I miss AC Cruz. And we went to the studio. He says, "Hey, man," we started working on the song over text. We're midway through the song, and here you go. We're midway through the song. Don't mind us. He's pouring me some more whiskey. We're midway through the song. And I'm sorry. We're midway through the session. We're in the session. We're in the kitchen, and I'm just going with the flow. Hey, and I didn't ask questions. I'm just like, I was just happy, and I was trying to keep it together, honestly, because you gotta think, brother. You gotta sit there and like I always have these moments of I get overwhelmed with emotion. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm in here with these major Texas country musicians, and here I am, this little country, boy from South San Antonio. And this is something that I've been dreaming about for years. Like years. I would see Flaco, because that's why I love Flaco so much. you know, and I'm like, wow, I cannot believe this. I was like, just trying to keep it together, Sonny, keep it together. I'm like, don't start crying. Don't start crying. And then we were in the kitchen. I said, hey, so how much is this going to cost? Yeah. Hey, right?
But you asked before.
No, I didn't ask before. I just went with the flow.
I know,
It could have been $1 million.
but then you did the video. And
No, we did the song first.
Yeah.
We were almost done with it, right?
And
I'm like, I know.
Eddie, I'll take 2 steaks, this, that, and the other.
And then
How much is this?
Hey, I'm the guy that I go shopping. I don't look at. I just get it. I like that. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. My wife, on the other hand, she's like, "Where's the clearance aisle at?" We go to the clearance.
You really like that?
Yeah, I kind of am. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I don't know. But we're in the kitchen, right? And I'm like, so what's this gonna cost? Who's covering this? And we have one of my dear friends, Chris Harbaugh.
Did you have the credit card ready though, just in case?
Oh no, I forgot my wallet that day. I'm just like, well, just send me the bill, right? And then we kind of had it. We knew we had it covered no matter what. Mm-hmm. One of my dear friends, Chris Harbaugh, who also helps me with radio promotion, she's like, I want to help you, and if you need me to help you with productions, I'm there for you. I said, don't ask me to buy you a bus, but I'll help you with your productions. Yeah. I said, wow, that's amazing. Wow, again, another blessing. And so I asked Stormy. We're in the kitchen. He says, "Hey, well, what do you think? How much? What I owe you?" Or he puts his hands on my shoulder. He's like, "Sonny, you don't pay anything. This is for you. This is our gift to you. We love you. Welcome to the club." And then I'm like, trying to keep it. I'm like, no, dude, no. Like
your eyes got sweaty.
Oh, my eyes got red. There was a lot of dust in the air, and bro. I mean. Dude, I've been doing this for how many years?
Since 1982.
So 42. Never in the history of my career, aside from my dad paint, but that's my dad. I mean, nobody does that. Nobody does that. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I could not believe that they were doing that for me. And so, I am forever grateful to Stormy, Alan, Jason, Sundance, Man, dude, it's been crazy.
I mean, the video quality itself, bro.
Well, I kind of asked at the end of like, hey, so we did it together. I want y'all in it. I really want y'all in it.
So you recorded the video in Nashville too?
No, that's actually in Houston. Stormy Cooper's in Houston.
Oh,
so Stormy Cooper's in Houston, and then that this whole Texas country thing has kind of it's so crazy, Bumper, because I was working with somebody else before that. Before I worked with Stormy, before I was working with Abe Mack. We were going to work with AJ Vallejo. That didn't really pan out. My compadre for like 30 years now, Carlos Alvarez, who's the A&R for Azteca Ranch Music. We were having a dinner meeting. And I'm telling him, hey, this is what's going on. We need to strike. We need to execute. And we're like, well, let's do a digital release. And I said, okay, let's see what happens, because we had another pending project. I actually have more songs ready to go, and it just kind of like what I call
came together.
Again, being at the right place at the right time, right? And that's the story of my life, Bumper. I wasn't even supposed to play accordion with Eddie Gonzalez. I was gonna play bajo sexto. I know.
You ended up with the accordion. Speaking of the accordion, there's a lot of people here. I see Frankie Caballero Jr. There's a lot of artists on here, and I know a lot of them are probably waiting for you to bring out. The beauty. Ladies and gentlemen, don't worry about it.
You first. Show me yours first.
I have an accordion here. It's in my Gabinelli box.
Look at that.
Right. So it's a.
Let me see.
Let me see. Check it out.
Oh.
West. Oh, Eddie, we're ready, dude. We are ready. Oh, Miss Fella. Un saludo to Fella Salinas.
Salinas?
No. My people in Milwaukee, they love for me to sing, and now I get to add to the collection.
Come on, buddy. Are you gonna sing a song,
bro?
Oh yeah, let's see.
Oh yeah.
Look at you.
Hold on. Gotta turn this off too.
Are we gonna jam or what?
Ya valió.
I mean, I was gonna bring you a pink one.
Well, you
But I
got what color is that one?
Mine's pink.
Hey, dude, and it's breast cancer awareness.
That's why I had it made.
Damn.
Shout out to my girl Lily. It's for the girls. It's always for the girls.
Dude, please tell me that's not the ones where you got to put on diamond by diamond.
Yeah, there's no shortcuts. Come on.
Damn. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. You're going to get to see Bumper Gomez perform with Mr. Sonny Sauceda using my accordion.
Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Un grito. Yo soy el hombre más rico que en el mundo pueda haber. No tengo plata ni el oro, tengo a la mujer que adoro. Yo soy el hombre más rico de todita la nación, porque una mujer bonita me entregó su corazón. No quiero ser presidente, ni siquiera gobernador, para que si tengo todo, tengo el dueño de su amor.
Saucy McDickums in the house, baby.
Woo! Here you go.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Saucy McDickums right here, man. Un saludo to my good friend Alan Pilgrim from Beeville, Texas. He's big in the Texas country scene as well. He's at the radio many years there at the radio station there in Beeville. Un saludo to Alan Pilgrim.
They got a new country station out there.
What is it called?
Oh my gosh.
Kicker 106.
No, it used to be called Kicker Go. It's the Alan. I
Alan,
can't remember now.
don't call him back, Alan. Don't call him back.
Texas Knockout.
The Texas Knockout station? Okay.
That's right.
okay.
Come on, people. Yeah. Shout out to Alan Pilgrim, and of course, I'm drawing a blank right now.
He's John.
I cannot remember right now. I had a very productive day, and my brain is just
fried.
It's a little fried.
Welcome to me and Eddie's world.
It's a little fried.
We get here at 5:00, and it's like we both look at each other, and it's like, okay, well, we gotta do this, gotta do that, gotta do this.
I know.
Do that.
Jim Nash. There it is. Jim Nash.
Okay, there you go.
Jim Nash, who's won, on-air personality for several years over for the Texas Country and the T3R Awards. These guys are puro vato pesado, man. These guys are and
that's
great
cool,
guys.
man. And you know what's cool, bro, is that side of the industry. Okay. Before we go into a commercial break,
Okay.
I want to bring this up to you.
Tell me.
And I want your take on it.
I don't like it.
Do you believe that
You believe in love. I believe in baby. That one?
no?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you're gonna make
Believe
dude.
in
I got a
mama
short
and daddy.
memory span, bro. You're gonna
Oh,
throw
sorry,
me
sorry.
there. So do you think that that country as a whole, country music,
Yeah.
take the Texas country, take the red, just country music as a whole.
Yeah.
Do you think that they're finally seeing the money side of what can be made with the Latino market? That's one part of the question. Second part of the question, I know for a fact people like Randy Rogers, Kevin Fowler, Aaron Watson, all these dudes, I can bet you $100 they know who makes up the majority of their fan base. You go to a show in Texas, and I can bet you it's going to be probably 60-40 mix of and I mean, hasta el tronco, like
Hasta
it's
el fin. That one? Oh, not that one. Okay.
God.
Sorry. Oops.
But so my again back to my question is,
I get you.
Do you think that the eyes are finally opening, and is it because they see the money part of it, or?
I mean, that could be part of it. I think I honestly, until I started really plugging in, I had no idea how many Latinos were in country, or Texas country, or red dirt. So I feel that the market is now not saturated, but I don't want to say it's not saturated because I don't have a full view of all the artists. Like one of my friends, Cynthia, what's her last name? What's Cynthia's last name? Rodriguez? Garcia. Cynthia Garcia. She's a radio promoter, and she has like a lot of Latino
country
artists. So there's a lot of them, right? And Azteca has, of course, Jerry De Leon. They have Benny Tovar. Jack Mason is Latino. And so I feel that it could be a little bit of both, right? Because there is a lot of there's a lot of brown in country now. Honestly, there is a lot.
And the reason I say that, man, is because now these guys can go to you can go to Cowboys now, and you're gonna see one of your favorite songs being played. You're like, pues, that vato's like me. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. It's a lot of things, Bumper. The thing is, it could be that. It could have been COVID. I mean, you think about all the things that happened during COVID. I always share the story when I sing this song called Si No Te Vuelvo a Ver Mañana, that if COVID taught us anything is that, it doesn't matter what color you are, what your political affiliation is, what your favorite sports team is. We all realize that, we're in this all together. We all needed toilet paper. We all needed toothpaste. We all needed the same stuff. We call them tripas. My brother-in-law calls them, what do they call it? Chitlins? Chitlins.
Well, it's two different things, though.
I don't know.
No, they're both intestines.
Well, they're intestines,
but
right?
chitlins is del marrano, from the pig.
They're from the pig.
And tripas are from the cow.
But they're still tripas.
Still tripas.
So I say all that to say that I feel like we just realized how intertwined we were, how similar we were, how many parallels we had, right? So I think that changed a lot of the mindset because, again, it didn't matter. It didn't matter how much money you had. We all needed the same stuff at the same time. And I think that's why I kind of get along with everybody because if you're a millionaire, I still know you need toothpaste. You still need calzoncillos. You still need calzoncillos.
Yeah.
And and I think that's what a lot of things changed. Even communication, right? Your communication between, a teacher and parent, doctors. You couldn't even, you had to go to the doctor. You had to go in person. Now they have telemed. Now you can get margaritas to go. Not girls. Drink. Stop it. Pasiote. But right? So and I think it's and then the genres the lines are very blurred. Artists. I always say this, right? We as artists, well, me at least, we don't follow trends. We create trends, right? And I think that with the cross pollination of the genres, like I knew Snoop Dogg liked Banda MS 15 years before you knew. Because I know engineers that worked in LA and they would tell me, oh, dude, Snoop loves Banda. I was like, whatever.
Loves corridos and banda.
Nobody knew. The world didn't know that.
Yeah.
So those things, I think so that happened, and I think maybe the market, they started like, hey, you know, and a lot of it, maybe even it's, you know, advocating for your culture, advocating for your people, advocating for your genre and things like that. You know, the old Mexicano mindset is like, oh, they don't want to work with us. Oh, they don't like us. And that's not true. That's not true at all. You just you don't dim your light for anybody. You just do what you do and have fun with it and make it a good time.
Hey, this Vato's full of t-shirt slayings, dude. We're gonna have to go back and rewind it and get this and make some t-shirts from this, man. Un saludo to my good friend Rick Balderrama, who's watching. Everybody tuning in, thank you guys. DJ Brandon, thanks for tuning in. Manuel Longoria, Deborah and Jason Martinez, thank you guys for tuning in. Jose Hernandez. Everybody tuning in, man, we greatly appreciate it. And we couldn't do the show without the help of a lot of my friends.
Looking to purchase your dream home or what to sell your existing home? Call our friend Ricky Ray, the realtor, at 956-424-5724. He will help you get approved. No credit, low credit, no problem. So give him a call today at 956-424-5724.
Hey guys, it's Leo Correa with Grupo La Calma and Internet and Marketing Manager here at Ron Hoover RV and Marine Center in Odessa, Texas. Our General Manager, Mr. Anthony Patterson, a huge fan of Tejano music. So we are proud to announce that we are proud sponsors of the Bumpers Wacky Wednesday. Every Wednesday, guys, if you know anyone, family member, friends that is in the market right now, make sure you come by and visit us here at Ron Hoover RV and Marine Center in Odessa, Texas. You can visit us online, www.ronhoover.com. If you're in the market for a fifth wheel, we have both C classes, A classes. We have travel trailers, everything that you need to make memories with your family. Come by over here. We're located at 1529 East 2nd Street. 1529 East 2nd Street here in Odessa, Texas, or give me a call. Our cell phone number is 210-906-3796. We're here for you guys, and come by and see why everyone's talking about Ron Hoover of Odessa, Texas, your West Texas. Yes, guys. Vámonos.
Are you a disabled veteran unsure if you're receiving all the benefits you deserve? Contact Just for Veterans, Coach Retired Sergeant Major United States Marine Corps, Oscar Ornelas at 951-388-4072. With a deep passion for serving veterans from all branches, he specializes in VA ratings to ensure you receive what you've earned for serving our nation. At Just for Veterans, getting your disability claim processed is now straightforward, thanks to our veteran design system. Don't delay. Book your consultation today with Oscar Ornelas at 951-388-4072. Remember to mention you've seen this ad on Bumper's Wacky Wednesday. Just for Veterans, if you don't win your claim, you don't owe us anything. Your benefits matter, and we're here to help.
Hey, Raza, it's your boy Anthony Patterson, General Manager of Ron Hoover RV Marine of Odessa.
And it's your boy Leo Correa, vocalista de Grupo La Calma and Internet and Marketing Manager here at Ron Hoover. Oyes, compadre, what do we have for the people here in West Texas for the month of November, compadre?
I'm glad you asked, Leo. It's that time of the year again for the second annual Music City Mall Boat and RV Show, November 14th through the 17th.
November 14th through the 17th, it's all going down at the Music City Mall in Odessa. Oyes, compadre, but what are we going to give the people in West Texas?
Leo, you think they want the biggest savings left for the year?
Yes.
You think they want zero down?
Yes.
You think they want all the money for the trade-in?
Absolutely, compadre.
You think they want a free trigger with any purchase?
No, hombre, cállate, shut up. Abro la puerta o te quiero la window.
That's right, compadre. So everybody come out for the second annual Music City Mall Boat and RV Show happening November 14th through the 17th for the biggest incentives, the biggest savings left for the year. So come by and see what everyone's talking about Ron Hoover RV Marine of Odessa. You're in West Texas, yes, guys.
Oh, yeah. And then don't forget, the Midwest. We're coming back. Bumpers Wacky Wednesdays making its way back to the Midwest for the third time this year. The Midwest Conjunto Promotions 10-year anniversary. We're going to be there Saturday, November 16th in Chicago, right there at 920 Roosevelt Road, West Chicago, Illinois. I'm going to be there. Our boy Stevie's putting on a great show. We're going to have La Naturaleza. Hey, they made fun of me last week.
Naturaleza.
La Naturaleza. They're going to be there.
Naturaleza.
Right? Say, okay, you say it and I'll say Chago.
Naturaleza.
Right?
Say Naturaleza.
Santiago Garza y
La Naturaleza.
There we go. We got a great commercial guy tonight. So, hey, don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, just here in a couple of weeks, we're going to be up in Chicago. Should I take a coat?
Good question. I mean, give me a minute, Skyler. Wait a minute. Give me a minute, Skyler.
I can't be there. And also, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys take a look at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, if you guys want to follow Sonny Sauceda on his Facebook and social media, all you got to do is take a picture of that QR code right there, and it'll take you to all of his social media sites. That's how we do it here on Bumpers Wacky Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Right?
You're very fancy, sir.
Ahí vamos. And then again, a big shout out to good friends of ours. We've had a lot of their artists here on our show. We're going to continue to have their artists on the show. To your record label, right? Azteca Ranch.
It's not my record label.
But
We're
Azteca Ranch Music.
Azteca Ranch Music. It's an arm of Azteca Music Group. Man, they're doing so great. And what a blessing they've been to me. You know, like I said, this thing just kind of happened, you know, but you know, when you make friends everywhere you go, man, you grow the family, right?
Right.
And again, Carlitos and I have gone. We used to be bandmates. So I don't know if you know that. We used to play. Yeah, he used to play keyboards with Eddie when he recorded on the El Disgusto album.
Really?
Yes. And he's an amazing accordion player, amazing keyboard player, amazing vihuela player, great producer, A&R, songwriter. Yes, man. Great father, husband, educator.
And on that note right there, ladies and gentlemen, you guys know that I sometimes, you know, it's Wacky Wednesday. You never know what you're going to get. It's a roller coaster ride on every show. But he brought up a word. He brought up a word that...
Did I trigger you?
Yeah, it's a trigger. He brought up a word. Starts with an F, right? And that's a father. And Sonny Sauceda is no typical father. By no means. I've seen this man have his kids out there with him, enjoying the show. And not only that, well, how would you say it? Special needs?
Yeah, special
needs, right?
Well, some people say special, what is it? Abilities? Vicky? Abilities, or what is the word?
Abilities.
Special needs.
Special needs.
But mostly it's special needs, absolutely.
And when I saw that, and I'm being honest with you, when I saw that, and I saw that you have him out there, like, I was like, look, dude, like, his son's still out there, gets to enjoy his dad, doing what his dad loves to do, what feeds the family, and the fact that you had your son out there, you know, and enjoying, whether it was two bands before you, you're out there with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you know, just it can't be something easy. And I mean that very sincere.
Absolutely.
Like it cannot be something that's easy to do. But you seem to have found a way, and you've been doing it. You've been doing it for a long time. So from me to you, I admire that about you.
Oh,
man.
thank you.
That's super awesome. That you can be a professional at what you do and still be a great father. Some of us, like, I'm a father.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of people like to pat me. Oh, you know, you have 8 kids, whatever. But man, being a father sometimes is very difficult. It's a difficult thing, and
it's challenging.
It can be challenging.
Yeah.
And that's at every part of life. You know, every part of our life. Like you think that once your kid turns 18, for any, if we have any fans that have kids that are under 18, and you think once they turn an adult and they leave the house, ya se acabó el pedo. No. If there's one thing that I've learned from my wife is that you never stop being a parent. So again, I just wanted to bring that up, bro. I didn't mean to bring the
no.
That,
you know, the thing is, I attribute that a lot to my wife. She's she's a trooper. She's a warrior, and you know, you have to, you know, when you are in that situation, in the, you know, where your child is faced with trauma, right? With trauma, illness, you know, you have really 2 choices. You can either be a victim or you can be a victor. You know? And so I read an article, I forgot where I read it, and it talks about how if you talk about it, it's therapeutical. So we've never really shied away from it. In the beginning, it was very, like, it turned your world inside out. I don't think you ever get used to it. You just learn, it becomes your new normal, right? And it's always the things that are the knee-jerk reactions are, what did I do wrong? What did I do? What did I do? Why did this happen, right? You blame yourself. And my producer, Raul Sanchez at the time, he's a Christian producer. He's the one that produced Dios Familia y Música. He says to me, and I'm telling him the story, and I said, man, but I don't know why this is happening, Raul. And I had, we were just talking about music. And he says to me, well, why not you? I said, well, what do you mean, why not me? He said, God gave his only son for you. I was like, wow. He said, you're going to be a testament to people. You're going to be, people are going to see you, and they're going to be able to relate to you, and that's going to be your story. And that's kind of how we started developing the idea of, I had this mantra, and we were like, I want to write a song about Dios and familia and like music. That's what it's all about, right? Because you can't take the money with you. You can't take the awards with you. It's your God and your family, man. I mean, I got to see my dad have like the most beautiful death ever, right? If there could be one. As morbid as that sounds, my dad had 6 daughters, my mom. I mean, even his ex-wife showed up, and he was on his deathbed. All my sisters are there. And that's the moment I realized at that moment, I said, he watched me take my first breath, and I watched him take his last breath. And that was beautiful. Beautiful. As much as it hurt me to see that, because I was in disbelief, you never want to, your father is your hero, right? We used to, our dads being, he's my dad, he's strong, but we've all been there. We see our parents declining and getting older. They're not the, like, pórtate bien, pasíguate, you're so mean, you don't get it. Now they're your parent, now they're like, so, it's something that you have to make a choice, and my wife always been like, no, we're gonna take him. He's gonna go with us. Even sometimes I'm like, babe, and she's trying to sell merch, and she has him with him. I'm like, I said, I don't know how you do that. I don't know how. If it was me, I would rather stay home with the kids. You go play accordion, and I'll stay home with the kids and watch TV, because it's not.
It's an easier thing to do.
It's easier thing to do. My wife's like, nope, he's gonna go. He's gonna have a good time, and he grew up with music, so he loves to be in front of the stage. Like he was. I mean, Vicky was pregnant when we were in the studio. When we were recording in the studio, there was this one session where I actually took him with me, and I was holding him in my arm, and I was singing a song, recording. Like, I did that, yeah. But he loves music, brother. He loves music. If he wasn't,
he smiles.
He
smiles when
like,
he sees you up there. He's just smiling the whole time.
He's just like loving it. He loved me. I really feel like if he was not sick, if he didn't have a disability, he would be on stage. My other kids, they're like, no, Dad, we're gonna be business owners, and we're gonna be entrepreneurs, but they're coming around. But yeah. It's.
Speaking of them, do you think you would push them to music?
I've never really pushed them, but I just we're always around it, and I think for them it's a little bit different because they see Dad at the award shows. They see Dad on a big stage. It's a different dynamic from when I grew up with it, where we were at little bars, we're at little, so I feel like they may feel like there's a certain bar they have to live up to, reach, they have to meet a certain bar. But, to what you said, number one, I love to be a father. That's my favorite thing in the world. I'm like a soccer mom. I used to be on the PTA. I volunteer at school. I mean, now I'm doing career days for,
Your
schools.
wife's here. I'm going to ask her.
Ask her. She'll tell you. Like, I would, like when I had
Guys, can you imagine being the PTA, show up to a meeting and Sonny Sauceda is leading the PTA
I'm there
meeting?
I'm there in my cutoffs and shorts and chanclas and my big beard. They're like, este vato. But I wanted to be a teacher. And so I love being in the school environment. I love kids. I think it's because I'm a big kid. When you grew up playing music, you never really have your own. You don't have a childhood.
Yeah.
So I'm like the big kid. I'm 47, but man, I think I'm going backwards. I'm crazy. I mean, never. My wife will tell you, like, I was so straight laced and, very, and you think I'm like very podcasting now, but no, I used to like, I'd show up all dressed up and, I wouldn't, it was all business.
I'm surprised you're not wearing glasses tonight.
I was going to wear them, but I was like, nah, let's not do that. Let's keep it low key. But I love being a father. I love the whole part of the process. I love watching my kids grow. Those are my masterpieces, right? And it's going to be, they're going to be gone.
And, for the fans watching, you've seen Sonny Sauceda for years performing in Houston, Dallas, Vegas, Milwaukee, like all these places. And the one thing you forget is that they're away from their families.
Yeah.
And that's how they feed their families. So, as fans, you guys got to come out. We got to support our industry to its max. Another thing that I'll say about you and your band is, Sonny, I've seen you perform for 250 people, and I've seen you perform for thousands of people. Mm-hmm. And ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, this man gives you the same show that you give for 250 people. That's the same show he's giving to 1,000 people. It doesn't change. His demeanor doesn't change. I make fun of your right hand man.
My bongo player.
Yeah, the guy with the other show. Right?
Hey, it's Alec. Like, bro, you're so mechanical.
It's Alec. But I can tell you guys this. These guys are probably the most sweatiest dudes when they are done with a show than any other Tejano group. Like, if you're giving hugs, you're brave. You're giving hugs after
that's a kink.
performance.
That's a kink for some people.
I touched his sweat.
Oh, dude, I've had people want to lick my head when I had long
Hold
hair.
up, dog. Hold up. Sonny, cálmalo, güey.
I swear, I'm not playing. I've had women want to lick my head, want to like touch my hair full of sweat.
He said head, ladies and gentlemen, not his hair.
My head.
Just to let you guys know, he said it.
My head, this one up here. Oh, I mean, really, who we really care? Come on, let's be serious.
But no,
you need to stop playing around so much, damn it.
but on the serious note, you guys definitely do give a show. No matter where I seen you, I got to see you guys in Milwaukee on a big ass stage, and to see the people react to you guys moving around and dancing around was super cool. I've seen you here at Smoke when the Smokes changed their setup so many different times. I mean, I saw you on the wooden stage with the little, you know what I mean? And I seen you in beat every time I seen you always put on a show for your fans, dude. And you have a lot of fans, bro. You have, and what's cool, Sonny, is that you got fans that love you because of your accordion abilities. This is true. I'm talking to you as a fan, not as somebody in the business or whatever. I'm talking to you as a fan of the. There's people who could this is the truth. They could give a shit about what your songs are saying. They love the show.
Oh,
there's fans who just love your accordion abilities, and of course, there's people who love the music, right? Mm-hmm. But for everybody, it's a different flavor for everybody.
Absolutely,
you know what I'm saying? And you definitely are an entertainer.
Oh, thank you.
Sometimes when I see nominees for entertainment, and I'm not saying this year, I'm just saying I've seen sometimes before in award shows where they
shots fired.
where they have entertainers. Here lately, I'll text Eddie and be like, have you been to one of their shows? No. Have you been? No.
I mean, it's entertainment. You know what? I to all respect to all my peers, my colleagues, everybody has their own flavor of entertainment, and you know what? What works for one artist doesn't work for another artist. Like I couldn't get away with standing there. I've tried it. I have tried it because at one point in time in my career, I started doubting. I started feeling like, man, maybe I shouldn't do this so much of this. Maybe I should just maybe I should stand there and play my song and sing my song and sway side to side. And when we did the thing with Pira Studio, we played at Fanfare for Univision, And I changed up the whole show. We slowed it down, and people were like coming up to me. Hey, are you okay? I said, yeah, why? Are you sick? I said, no.
You good?
Yeah, sure. And then, are you sick? I said, no. Did you break your leg? I said, are you hurt? I said, no. Well, what happened to the show? I said, well, Pete's playing with the song. I wanted to kind of change it up a little bit. And then like one of our hardcore, like, I think it was my friend Joey. He sells trucks. Rick, we call him Rick or Joey. I call him Joey, but everybody knows him as Rick. He's like, or my comadre Cindy's like, don't ever do that again. I was like, what do you mean? He said, just do you. I said, okay. But yeah, man. So, but to respect, I like what you were saying. I mean, and some people can get away with, or that's their artistry, right? Like we have like George Strait. He didn't have to do anything.
So
he smiles and people go crazy.
Who's the Mexican George Strait? Oh no. Who's the Tejano George Strait?
Marcos Orozco.
That's it, dude. That was good.
I love Marcos Orozco so much.
Marcos Orozco is the only guy in Tejano music. I tell, hey, ¿cómo se llama el what do they call his sound guy? What's his name? His nickname?
Which one of them?
His sound guy for Marcos Orozco. He's got a nickname.
Pyro?
Pyro, right?
Yeah, Pyro.
I told Pyro, hey Pyro, compre un carpet que tiene el left footprint and the right footprint, and he just stands right there, right? Because
that's all he has to do.
Marcos is one of the only dudes that can get away with that. People.
I mean, David Lee.
David Lee does it, yeah. Of
David
course,
Lee,
yeah.
And that's cool. That's great. I love those guys. Those are our, of course, David and I've known each other for many years, and those are our. I mean, he's technically my predecessor, right? And so, to all respect to him, and so there's different forms of entertainment, in whichever way you want to look at it. I guess it's just a matter of what's the word I'm looking for? Semantics, right? Semantics. What is your idea of entertainment? And when I saw Morris Day. Like Morris Day, I saw him at Smoke, and he's like, and I said, he's why I do what I do. Because he's what, 70 now? And he's still doing the whole mirror thing, and he's cochino, man. He's worse than me.
I mean, todo eso is not the most cleanest.
No se quedan tan atrás, cabrones. And he gets these girls up there, and I was like, we saw him, I was like, no, he didn't. I was, no, he didn't. And he's like, I was like, whoa. And so he reminded me of why I do what I do and how I do it. And it's not for everybody, and I get that, and that's fine. Because number one, I have to like what I'm doing. I do it for me first. And I don't mean that because I don't love the fans, but can you imagine me not doing something that I love to do and forcing myself to do it? I would have been burnt out a long time ago.
True.
So there you go.
No. You're absolutely right. And if you've never, come on, you had to be under a rock if you've never seen Sonny Sauceda or a video of him, of his band dancing around. The dude, maybe he knows, maybe he doesn't. I'm sure his wife might know. I don't know. I don't want to ask her. She's in here in the audience, but. Me and Eddie were talking, and
is that why he's sweating?
Well, yeah.
Oh.
We considered Sonny the female J-Lo of Tejano music.
Oh shit!
Hey, he's the male version of J-Lo.
Talking about the cakes, cakes, everybody.
Damn, el vato trae un poquito de junk in the trunk, como dicen ahí por ahí.
Hey, they don't call me Saucy McThickums for nothing. Come on.
Somebody's like, tell him to get up. Hey, hold up, dude.
Tell him to get up.
This stage we can only hold so much McThickums on this stage.
These cameras can't handle all this ass, folks.
Oh my goodness, man! If you just joined us, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bumpers Wacky Wednesday. I'm with my guest tonight, Mr. Sonny Sauceda. And we're speaking of Sonny performing.
Yeah.
We spoke of Sonny being a father, crossing over into country music. His new work with Azteca Ranch Music. But he has another side of him, right? He has an absolute another side of him. But before we talk about that side, I know a lot of you guys are blowing up my phone. I know on the side. He doesn't see it, but I'm getting messages.
Oh, is he?
Tell
Are
him
you?
to pick up the freaking accordion. Okay, I got you. I got you. So before we go into that next part, can you play us a little something that people love to?
Yeah.
To
Let's do a classic.
Dale.
Let's do a classic. Let's do a classic. I get a lot of.
Hey, should we do a shot at tequila before?
We probably should, and I need to say hi to, of course.
Dale. Do your shout outs as I
my
pour.
friend Jojo.
As I pour these shots.
Jojo, my friend Jojo, he's going through a few health issues, and but we love him. My friend Jojo Hernandez, I don't know if he's still on. He's from Houston. But of course, a shout out to Y Todo Eso, who is hopefully they're watching. If not, they may be watching later on today. But of course, the band, a great group of guys, and of course, if you have been in Y Todo Eso, you're still part of the family, right? So that's what I do, brother. We keep it all in the family. A lot of band members leave bands, and they no longer communicate, and they no longer associate. We've never been that way. We've always treated our band like our own family, because I think for most of us, I think that at least for me, and in my experience is, if you take care of your band, you take care of them like they're your own family, that goes a long way. Like, it doesn't matter if you pay.
It's personable, man.
If you pay top dollar, but you're treating your band like shit, like that doesn't mean anything. What I've learned is that you treat people like people, and not like a number or like just another guy. It means a lot more, right? And we're friends with them. You know, sometimes that can go sideways because you're comfortable with each other, right?
Exactly.
You know, you're compadres, and that's okay. That's okay. But we treat our band like family, man. That's we've always been that way. It's so important to take care of your band, because, you know, I've heard in the rumor mill, why how does Sonny have a band? Why does he have a band? But it's because we treat our band like a family. You know, these are the guys that, you know, they dedicate themselves. They have jobs, and they have to take the day off. They have to leave their family at home. Now, mind you, I always say this, like, yes, we're playing music and it's a sacrifice, but I'm not deployed, right? I'm not a doctor in surgery. Like, we're gonna go jam and come back home. That's it. It's not like if I was in the armed forces. Like, that's next level, brother. Right? We don't know if we're coming home. We don't know. I'm gonna go play at, I don't know, New West or wherever, and come back home. But to be deployed, that's a whole different level. So that's always, I call those first world problems, right? But we're not doing that.
Yeah.
You know, so
you're absolutely right.
So shout out to the band, and they're doing a phenomenal job. As nice as everybody thinks I've really run a really tight ship. I am undiagnosed OCD, so it's all the particulars.
As long as your wife says you are, then you are diagnosed, my friend.
Man. She hasn't said I am, but she knows that I am. It's just, you know, it's super important to me to put your best foot forward always. And, you know, every gig's an audition for another gig. No matter what gig you're at. It
That's
doesn't
true.
matter.
No, that's true, man.
It doesn't matter.
Hey, another one for a T-shirt.
Every gig's
right there. Every gig's.
Here's another good one. Say, when talent fails to work hard work beats talent.
Always.
100%.
Always.
And that's all we're doing, baby. Working hard, plugging in.
And for you guys that don't know, this dude still practices with his band.
That's right.
Every week. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they rehearse every week.
Yeah.
So you know what, Sonny?
Cheers, brother.
To you, brother, and to much success.
Thank you, brother.
To you and everything that you're gonna do here forward, man.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate
it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
This stuff is so good. I would lick this off of you. Didn't I say that earlier?
Oh,
you should have never invited me to your show. See, you've been waiting and waiting.
Ladies and gentlemen, and before you jam, I gotta tell people, because people always blow me up. Papa, what are you drinking? We are drinking. It's from the Cornolejo family, right? It's a tequila called Quita Penas. But ladies and gentlemen, don't get it twisted. There's a Quita Penas tequila, and there's a Quita Penas crema de tequila.
What is it crema? What is it crema?
Porque hecho chingo de crema de tequila, ¿verdad?
If it would have been like lechita de tequila, would have been different.
There you go.
That's a whole different thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, right here from Bumpers Wacky Wednesday, the one and only Mr. Sonny Sauceda.
Yeah. Botoncito de cariño, dulce reina de las flores, he venido a despertarte para darte mis amores. Botoncito de cariño, tú que alumbras mi existencia, te lo juro, vida mía, me hace falta tu presencia. Here we go. Yo sé bien que tú has sufrido, pero échalo al olvido. Ya llegó tu jardinero y ha de ser tu amor sincero. Un grito.
That's all I got.
Yeah, baby.
Son of a gun, bro. Gee, wow, hombre.
Oh yeah.
Man, that is, if you just joined the state, that is Sonny Sauceda on the accordion, and that is Sonny Sauceda on vocals right there. We're having a great time here on Bumpers Wacky Wednesday. Everybody watching. There it is again, another Saucy McThickums. Saludos to Lupe Martinez watching on YouTube. Johnny Hernandez watching on Facebook. Lisa Jimenez. Maria Gonzalez. Becky Bustamante. Leonard Munoz. Sandra Baldiva. Jerry Hey, saludos to my good friend Jerry Molina in Victoria, Texas. A big fan of Tejano music. Saludos to my good friend Lori también.
You're pretty popular, buddy.
Hombre.
You're pretty, people actually, I've been on a few podcasts now. And, well, you know what? I think it's because you go live, right? This is a little different format. And people were, hey, I'm going to watch you on Bumper. I was like, oh, cool, right. And I was like, man. So, hey, kudos to you, my friend.
Ahí vamos.
Ahí la llevas.
Yeah,
Hey, you know what?
we-
This podcast stuff may work out for you. You never know.
We'll see. I don't know if this government stuff doesn't work out. This is all I got. I got to hold on to this. Right, hombre. It's funny you bring that up, man. You know what? Because honestly, man, I'm a fan of the music, brother.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, I'm a fan of the music. I grew up loving our cultura, and the reason that we do this show. If this is your first time watching, and those of you that watch all the time, then you know why I do what I do. But I do this for our culture, man.
That's great.
I don't want our cultura to go away. I want here on Wacky Wednesday, our saying is like keeping Tejano relevant.
Yeah.
I don't like to take away from my friend Rick Valderrama. Tejano ain't dead, baby, because it's a far away from being dead. But here on Bumpers Wacky Wednesday, we like to just say keeping Tejano relevant, man, because that's what we're doing. We're just keeping it relevant, and you're facing, letting you know that it's still out and about. We travel the United States. If that tells you anything, like me and Eddie go all over the United States chasing Tejano music, meeting new people all over, dude. And you do it too. I saw you at the Mall of America.
Ah, yeah, that's right.
Ladies and gentlemen, stop to think about this. The Mall of America in Minnesota. It's in Minneapolis, right?
It sure is, yes.
Right? In Minneapolis, Minnesota, there is Saucy McThickums in the middle of the Mall of America getting down like James Brown with the crowd. And I can tell you probably half the crowd was like, what in the hell is going on? But this dude is jamming, right?
Damn Mexicans.
No, dude. I mean,
just kidding.
It's just cool, bro.
Yeah.
It's really cool. You know, I think a lot of times a lot of the negativity comes and take this for what it's worth. I think a lot of the negativity comes from people who see bands all the time. a lot of the negativity, I think, comes maybe from people here in San Antonio, the Valley, Corpus, Houston, maybe where you get access to a bunch of Tejano and Conjunto all the time. And it's easier for you to say that, right? But when we go to Arizona, we go to California, we go to Milwaukee, we go to Chicago, we go to Florida, we go to all these places, and you see the thousands of people that come out to support them. Dude, like, it's just because we're spoiled. That's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's, if you want to see it, you'll see it, right? But, I have, if you subscribe to that or you go down that rabbit hole, I can see it happening. But, I feel that it's our responsibility as public figures, right? You are, by all technicalities, a journalist. You're not just a podcaster. You're a journalist. You're a representative of our genre now. You now have this great platform, right? You have this great platform. You got to remember, I always say, the world is your stage. So somebody from Warner, Nashville may be watching you right now. Somebody from American Idol may be watching you. Now, think about that. And as a representative of our genre, we have to make sure we representative in a positive light. We let it shine, and we just block out all the noise, because that's what they want, right? How much hate do I get on my TikTok?
Oh, bro. I see. And you know what's funny is that you address it in such a funny way. I think I've only seen you one time. Kind of
like I get a little snippy.
Yeah, you got like a little snippy.
I might have been drinking whiskey that day.
Yeah, well, maybe. But most of the time, you take it with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of my wife's told me before.
Yeah.
Sometimes I tell her like, man, it kind of upsets me that I got this comment or whatever. Oh, and she's like, hey, look. Yeah. No. You have to know in doing what you do.
Yeah.
That you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea.
You're gonna
and that's fine. And if you get critiqued or somebody doesn't like you, that's okay. Or if they start hating on you, that's even better, because if you're not getting hated on, you're not doing something right.
That's right. So we welcome the hate. On top of that, it's good for your algorithms, and we keep moving forward. The bumblebee doesn't know it can't fly; it just flies. I'm the bumblebee. I just go, baby. I just go.
Hey,
another T-shirt.
Put a T-shirts here, fool.
He's gonna go back and like, what did Sonny say here? Damn. Oh,
I'll make. Hey, Eddie, we gotta give him this T-shirt game.
I'm gonna give lessons. No, but it's true, man. That's why I'm saying. I always say this. It's like, yes. I know what you mean, and I know the demeanor and the dynamic of that side of the industry, right? But that's, to me, victim mentality. And I don't believe in victim mentality, and I don't believe in herd mentality. Okay? We don't I'm the guy that plays accordion, I'm the guy that entertains. I also happen to be Latino, Hispanic, Mexican, whatever you want to call me. But I never let those things ever affect my interaction with you, wherever you are. You could be. I met the executive director for El Instituto Cultural de Puerto Rico. He looked like a guy from like the freaking Cartel de Puerto Rico. He had the big beard, 6 foot something, had a PhD, and I'm like, "What's up, bro? What's going on?" And he's like, and then they started telling me he played saxophone.
Are you from the south side of San Antonio?
And then we had a great conversation. But I talked to the janitor the same way I talked to the CEO. And we don't worry about any of the other noise. We just keep going, man. And so that's always my MO, right? Okay, this, okay, that, and this, whatever, promoter or this and that. But you know what? We don't air our dirty laundry. We always, because again, who's watching? And what do you think they're gonna say? No, hombre, pinche Mexicanos, all they do is talk shit about each other. We don't want that.
No.
Why would we want that?
No, you're right, man. You're right. You're absolutely right. It was great seeing you in Tucson, sunny Sauceda. Right? Saludos to Gloria. Tapia watching. And then Sonny, very, very nice. You're keeping it real and professional. Saludos to William Sanchez. Right?
Saludos, William.
Well, again, we talked about Sonny being crossing over into the country market, merging that. Accordion player, the only dude still sticking around playing with freaking gloves, right? But we're still not done, ladies and gentlemen. This dude is also into musical, what I call, this is bumpers, don't get it twisted, what I call music politics. Mm-hmm. Right? I mean, I don't want nobody to get like, oh shit, what's he? No, you, Sonny, you are a big part of musical politics. You might not see it that way.
I'm listening.
But as from the outside looking in, it is what I'm calling a spade a spade, right?
Okay.
It's musical politics. Not only is he part of musical politics, he is the governor
of Texas.
Musical politics. Right? Some of you might be scratching like, Bumper, what the hell are you talking about?
What? It is election time season.
Well, we got a week. We got a week.
Yeah.
But you are the governor.
I'm one of the governors.
Right?
On the Texas chapter.
Of the Texas chapter of the Grammys?
Yes, sir. I'm a board of governors. Yeah. On the board of governors. You know, I've been a Grammy member for 20 years plus now. And it's been an amazing experience, an amazing journey. What I can say to that is that, you meet a lot of great people. And I think at the end of the day, in any business, right? I mean, you're in the military. You know how
I was.
You were, but you remember how political it could be.
It can.
In anything, there's politics involved.
There's politics in everything. Yeah,
that's
right. That's right.
So what we do is go meet people. We grow the family. We meet the shakers and the movers. We plant seeds. We water them, and we watch them come to fruition. Right? And I feel that that's super important, because if you're a musician, not only are you a musician, you're a business person. You're an entrepreneur, and in order to move your agenda forward, right, your initiative, you have to, meet the people, the movers and shakers, the gatekeepers. Super important. And as it turns out, we live in a very transactional world, which I've never really been a part of. Maybe again, that's why I've been in this for so long, and I'm not cynical, I'm not jaded. I don't subscribe again, and I always say
that was some of the big words.
$5 words.
Just South San education over here is coming down, dog. What's going
Google,
down?
Cynical,
jaded, a la madre.
No, but we don't. The thing is, it can be real easy, like, because what do they say? Comparison is a thief of joy, right? And so I'm in a race against myself, right? So we're just meeting people. Look, I did a Don't Mess with Texas commercial, right? That came out of, I didn't plant the seed for that, but all I did was make friends, right?
We saw it 20 times at the Mundial Awards.
At the what awards? Where?
I got to host saludos to Panchito, right? I got to hold Frank Chapa. We hold the Tejano, the Mundial Awards, right?
Yeah.
And so when he did it live, that was one of the commercials that was played live for the people watching.
Oh, cool.
No, but pinche salió como like 20 times.
So you've seen it.
We have seen it. Yeah. We have seen it, Sonny.
Well, I'm glad. So they came from a seed I planted from somebody I met about 7 or 8 years prior to that. And so, if you become a member, don't become a member to win a Grammy. Like I didn't get into this business to make money, to get famous, to get rich. Success and fame and money is all of a product of your hard work. That's just a product of it, right? Like
That's in anything you do.
Yeah,
for
exactly.
sure.
Because I didn't sign up for any of this stuff. Like I just wanted to play music. I didn't want to be signing contracts or negotiating with festivals and taxes and well, now that Vicky does that, but I didn't want to be.
Well, can you do taxes?
Vicky does taxes, the website, merchandise.
I might have to come see you, man. I need some help on the taxes.
She does it. She loads the trailer, paints trailers, unloads trailers,
Damn!
drives, sets up the wireless, accordions. She dresses you. She fashion consults you.
Hey,
and
but
tells you you suck.
from Ross and from the clearance aisle, right?
Ross, what is it? Ross, what's that store? Not for me anymore. My ass don't fit into those jeans anymore. I'm just playing. But again, it's part of you gotta invest the time. It's not a transaction. It's what am I gonna get out of it? No, it's not about that. What you put in is what you're gonna get back, right? And all we do is meet people, and it's been a great experience, a great journey. When I won my first Grammy, it was a surprise. I didn't know we were gonna win. I didn't know. I was just. Again, at the right place at the right time. Joel Guzman didn't show up. David Lee didn't show up. I showed up by myself. Grupo Vida, we were both. Vida and my side thing was nominated. I showed up. Nobody else showed up.
Yeah, you were there like, hey, I'm going to win one of these motherfuckers.
So I was like, that's probably what they thought. This dude knew they were going to win. I just showed up and I'm by myself like, well, I guess I'll. So I'm by myself there holding the Grammy like, woo. I was like, but, it's just... becoming, being part of the Tejano Music Awards. We're playing at the Tejano Music Awards, being involved. Just being involved. Again, support. Whether you agree or you don't agree, at the end of the day, we have to support each other. It really matters.
Well, Grammys in Tejano here in the last 2 years, we've been catching a lot of news and stuff like, hey, man, there's not enough people nominating themselves for a Grammy.
They're not submitting their product.
They're not submitting, and like if they do it one more year, that Tejano genre is going to go away. Well, is all this true?
It's very true. That's why we lost our American Grammy category, because nobody was submitting their product. Nobody was keeping track of the timeline.
So, Sonny, let me ask you.
Ask me.
Because you're on the governor board. Mm-hmm. And this is for everybody watching the show, and they're like, hey, Bob, you never pressure these dudes. I'm going to pressure him right now.
Pressure me right now.
Right?
You can try, but go ahead.
So, I know I'm not the only one. Sometimes we see Grammy nominees, Grammy winners.
Yes.
You may have never seen them on a show. You may have never seen them perform. But yet every year they're nominated. They're a band from Mexico. And for us that live, breathe, eat, and shit Tejano, you ask ourselves like, whoa,
what happened?
Well, hold up, dude. Like how is this band part? Like how are they even nominated? Right?
Yes.
And the more that I do the show, and the more that I talk to people like you, I understand that there's a process.
Okay, I know where you're going with this. So here's the thing: what a lot of people don't understand, what people don't understand, and they don't know, and it's not your fault. It's that the Grammy process is based on the product, the artistry. That is the one award that is peer based, right? It's peer based. Like your peers are voting for you on your product. It doesn't work. It doesn't go off of record sales. It doesn't go off of airplay. It doesn't go off how many TikTok followers you have. It doesn't go off of any of that. It's the art. How good was your record? When I heard Destiny Navaita's album, I called her. And I called Manuel and I said, this album is going to get nominated for a Grammy. I promise you. It's the best record I've ever heard in a long time. I said, there's no filler songs in here. I said, I love this record. If it doesn't get nominated, I would be very surprised. And trust me, I've listened to it, and I try to find something wrong with it. I was like, I can't. You know what? The one thing I told Manuel, that's our producer. I said, man, I don't know about the mic. I think it was a little too, maybe you should have smoothed it out. But that's chocolate and vanilla, right? It's just preference.
It's
right?
your preference. And you're an artist. So
right? And I'm an artist, right?
Yeah.
But I couldn't find anything wrong with it. And it's based off of the artistry. That is the only award, right? That is the one award. It's not like, oh, how many fans you have. And again, it's not a, I understand the music business is a popularity contest. The Grammys are not at all. They are based off how good was the record. Now, to some certain extent, of course, you know, if you're against, I think I was up against Little Joe one year. I was up against like the Tex Maniacs one year. Now they have a bigger network. It was, you know, and they had really good records. We all had really good records. So sometimes that does take an effect.
So, ladies and gentlemen, what he says by network, again, is because he knows the business and he's speaking. He's in his thing. But I want to tell you, networking your networking is huge on these awards. Networking is absolutely huge in this award. You know, there's people who vote who maybe really have never, and I'm being honest.
Yeah.
There's people who probably have never even heard the record, but
maybe
if it's a phone call, hey, you know what? This is
that could happen.
You
but
know,
when I heard that, I tell you, dude, when I heard that record, dude, oh my gosh, it was such a good record.
Destiny's
that one should have won, and I love Bobby. That's my dog. That record everything was different. Everything was something that I'd never heard before. The arrangements were good. The lyrical content was great. You know, Destiny's vocals are so good, brother. So good.
She has come so good. Far, dude.
So I mean, and it's I really loved that record so much, right? And I say that because I'm just basing it off because of the records that were in the category. Mm-hmm. Now, there are so many artists that are so much more deserving of a Grammy than I am, right? Steve Jordan never won a Grammy. David Maris has never won a Grammy. I love David Maris. I freaking love, he's like my favorite singer of all time. Like he, to me, is like that guy. Nobody can touch that guy. Nobody can touch David Maris.
That's your favorite vocalist?
I even told Jay one time, I said, man, I love the way you sing. You're pretty good.
I was about to say,
I said, I love you, Jay. You're pretty good.
So to take away from my question, so your favorite vocalist of all
Jay
time?
Pettis. I mean, David Maris. David Maris, hands down, bro. He's so good. So dynamic. Has the most unique voice I've ever heard. He probably should have been singing pop music.
Eddie, get ready to highlight this for a clip, right?
Yeah,
right?
Highlight it. Yeah, I love him. The Back to the Basics with Bob Garza. That's what, because I mean, I like David Maris, but I grew a whole new respect when I heard the Back to the Basics. Man, I love. So nobody knows that I'm really I love that stuff. Like I love horns and strings and all that.
You ready, Eddie? Hit double record right here.
Double record. My favorite singer is David Maris.
Okay,
it's me. I'm my favorite.
No,
it's me and then David Maris.
I like to ask people this because this is always a restaurant question when you're eating or you're with fans, whatever.
Yeah.
Who is your number one vocalist?
David Maris.
Wait a minute.
David Maris.
Wait a minute. Who is your favorite lead vocalist of David Lee Garza y Los Musicales?
Man. It has to be Ram. I love Ram.
Ram?
I love Ram. Ram is my favorite. Ram.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Ram.
I'm gonna throw him under the bus
because after Ram came Emilio, but Emilio sounded a lot like Ram.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I mean, you know, you go back to some interviews. A lot of them they would try to mimic the sound that was already there, right?
Well, Ram.
But you know, I think David Lee would always be like, just be you, like sing it your way, you know.
I like what's his name? Ladez guy? What's his name?
Markel.
I like Markel actually.
Markel's a beast
because he's R&B.
Now, hey, Cesar, I love you, Cesar. Don't get upset here.
So Cesar has like Roberto Pulido
vibes
all day long.
But my favorite of all time, we spoke about him earlier.
Even Carlos Alvarez said Ram. That's my compadre.
Marcos Orozco for me, just because it was just so different.
You know, the thing about Marcos is he's such a perfect singer. And again, I respect his artistry. But it's not exactly my cup of tea. I like the imperfections of your voice, right? He's such a great, perfect pitch. Like, doesn't fray, His diction is great.
His tone is awesome.
His timbre of his voice, and it's almost too perfect for me, right? And so I kind of like the nuances of like Emilio. He had a little bit of rasp sometimes. Ram had the, he would kind of. Now Ram, I can hear his Elvis influences.
Yeah.
And of course, Markel had a lot of R&B influences. And that can go as deep as like, Luther Vandross, or even further back, right? You're talking about like, Jackie Wilson, and so the thing is that, there's a flavor for everybody with David Lee. That's what I love about David Lee. And I think we had a conversation in Florida. I said, man, why don't you just sing? Like, stop getting singers. Why don't you just sing?
David could sing?
Well, he can actually sing, but, to each his own, right? But to me, Ram. Like Ram and Ram, hands down. I love Ram.
And Sonny, for us in the Tejano, as Tejano fans,
yeah,
you have just found a way. Like I would say, like every 5 years, you find a way to stay relevant. You've.
I'm stubborn.
No. I'm being real with you. You've never really went away. You've never really gone away. Like there's some people that listen to what I'm telling you, right? Like, there's some people that have hit, and they're gonna be there, and they kind of like, and then all of a sudden they come up with a single, right? But you have found a way to stay relevant over all these years, dude.
You know who said that to me one time, and I was so surprised. We had a conversation backstage. It was Lucky Joe. He says, "Sonny, it's like you don't realize." You've been the one here since then. It's like, what do you mean?
Since then?
Like, since the 90s. It's like, and you're still here. And you're still, that sound is yours, and that's you. You've been so transcendent. I say, wow. He caught me by surprise, right? Because Lucky, I've known him for many years, and he's like, sometimes I get two different versions of Lucky, right? Sometimes he's quiet Lucky. Sometimes he's like, hey.
He's wild Lucky.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Right? He's wild Lucky.
I can agree with you.
And so I was very surprised. He kind of took me by surprise when he said that to me. And you know what? This is what I always say is that you never realize how fast you're going until you get off the race car. And I've gone off the car. When we were with Eddie, we had parted ways. With Vida, parted ways. Now I'm doing my own thing, and now we're a new chapter, right? My plan was to retire or just get off live at 50. And I'm 3 years away from 50, and I feel like I'm like starting over all these great opportunities, with the Texas country, the red dirt, the polka market. I'm fixing to break into some of the Zydeco side of it, and it's world domination, baby.
So your 50 comment is out the door. That's just,
right.
Let's be real.
It's not gonna happen, right?
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Like I talked to Flaco the other day. He's like, how old are you, Flaco? He's like, I'm 85, and I was like, and I used to kid around about it, like accordion players. It's like Twinkies, and like we're like the Vienna. So we're gonna be here forever. It could be the end of the world, like the apocalypse, and it'd be accordion players, Twinkies, and the Vienna sausages and the sardines. We'll still be here playing. Nothing but zombies, and we're because that's just the dynamic of accordion, and I tell you what, being an accordion player, there's this like. To use a pun, because I'm a vocalist first, right? I've been singing since I was 5 years old, and I went through a time in my career where I didn't want to play accordion. Like if you listen to Camaleon, and it's all mostly vocals and keyboards, I listen to it. Yeah, it's real jazzy. I had Art Guillermo.
We've had this conversation,
right. And because what happens is when you play accordion, they put you in the accordion player singer box, and I freaking hate that. I absolutely don't like that. They put you in a different category from singers.
You have your sound.
Yes.
When you hear a Sonny song, that Sonny song right there. Like you have created your own sound. Now, as a host of a Tejano podcast,
okay,
I've had this conversation with Sonny before. I was absolutely blown away Ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you this, I'm being just very honest with you. I was blown away by how many songs he has that are, excuse my language, fucking awesome. Right? Awesome songs that you would, unless you had the CD in front of you, you're playing from it, you would not know that it's true.
Oh, that's right. You're talking about Sauceda.
Yes, bro. Exactly.
Oh, that's right.
Those are more exactly what you just said.
Yes.
They're more on the jazzy side, more
kinda,
right.
yeah.
And when you hear it, you're like, somebody tells you Sonny Sauceda, you're gonna be like, wait, hold up, dog. Now play that shit again. That's not Sonny Sauceda, right? There's not enough accordion. There's not enough.
But San Antonio. Yeah, I get it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and you.
But you know why?
You
right?
forgot, but you sent me your whole.
I did. That's my whole catalog. Right?
I have your whole catalog, and
That's
so
right.
I spent days.
Did you listen to it?
Of going through there.
Oh my god!
And you have a lot of songs like that, bro.
Yes.
That I think you could. I think if you were bored on a weekend, you could go through there, dude, and you could pick those. Like we like to say here on the show, you could pick those number 7s, number 8s, and number 9s from the album. Yeah. And you could probably put them together. Yeah. And people be like, oh, that's a brand new album. Those songs have been around for years.
Oh, that happens all the time, man.
You know what I mean? But
you know why, right? You know why, right?
Why?
Because it's your mindset, right? I have a very pop mindset. Okay. Am I a conjunto guy? Absolutely 100%, right? Like I love conjunto. My conjunto peers will not say I'm conjunto. My Tejano peers will say I'm not Tejano. I'm kind of my own thing, like you say, right? Yeah. But if you listen to the Jackson 5 and then you listen to Michael Jackson at the end of his career, it's a whole different thing. Maybe when I'm 80, if I make it to 80,
I don't think your wife's gonna be happy. You go on stage at 80 years old.
If I make it to 80, I'll go back to the roots, right? But right now, because I'm an artist, I'm very forward thinking. I like to experiment. I like to merge these genres. Like I call them capirotada de géneros, right? And it's all like I have cumbias that have like bachata, a song that sounds like Sonny Sauceda meets Oso Motley, a song that's toda la raza. It's like it could have been like a whole rock en español song.
Oh my goodness!
But it's experimenting.
No, for sure, ladies and gentlemen. I know we're going over what we usually do, but I got Sonny Sauceda here. So before I give him the mic for one more time, I got to do one more shout out to a good friend of ours who's a new sponsor of the show, Via. If you know anybody that's out there looking for an immigration attorney, you got to hit up my boy, Renee Sarasua. So if you know anybody, ladies and gentlemen, if you own a business and you have some people you know that are working for you, we don't care about that. Right. But if you have a group of people that maybe are good people, you know they're going to be great American citizens, and they're looking to call somebody, to speak to somebody about getting their stuff straightened, you can hit up my boy, Renee Zarazua, right? He is a friend of my family. He's just an amazing dude, man. An amazing guy, down to earth, family guy. The great thing about him, and I'll leave you with this. This is the great thing about him. Immigration attorneys don't tell you this. If you go to him and he knows that he can't help you, he's not going to take your money. He's going to tell you, I can't help you. But if he knows for sure that he can help you, he's going to work with you. So make sure you hit up my boy, Renee Zarazua, at 210-979-1018. Let him know Bumper sent you. And también, of course, pues hablo en español. So let him know Bumper's Wacky Wednesday sent you, and we would greatly, greatly appreciate it. And, and to everybody that's been with us tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
This man right here could do 3 episodes.
We could
easily.
We did not get to finish covering everything.
We barely just touched wave tops of what he does, right? But again, Grammys, on the governor's board, freaking, now with Azteca Ranch Music, just all kinds of the great father that you are.
Oh, thank you, brother.
And then the Tejano Music Awards are coming up here pretty soon.
We're
right?
going to be
TTMAs.
playing. Well, we're actually kicking off the Texas Country Music Awards in November, which is their inaugural year for ever having a Tejano band, Texas country band. We're kicking it off November 8th, which I'm super proud and privileged and honored to be part of with Linda Wilson and her whole staff and team. And they actually created a Tejano country category. I'm not sure if you knew that.
Yeah, I saw that.
Very cool, very cool. I'm very appreciative of them. In March, we did play the T3R, which is another big award show. We played that Latino. It was a Latino. Latino experience thing, and it was with Age of Alejo, T3R, amazing. It was at Texas Live. You have to go. But if you've never been to the Texas Country Music Awards, you should go. We're playing. We're nominated. Go out there and support. It's going to be at the Stockyards.
At Stockyards?
At the Stockyards, November 8th, 9th, and 10th. We're kicking it off. We're doing the kickoff thing at the Stockyards. The actual award show is November 10th on a Sunday at Billy Bob's, and the whole Azteca crew is going to be there.
November 10th?
This November, like in 1 week.
So let me tell you.
Yes.
You better play extra special that day, Wacky.
Okay. Is it your birthday?
Goddamn right, it's my birthday.
It's your birthday.
Hey, it's not only my birthday. It's the Marine Corps' birthday.
That's right. That's right.
So it's the Marine Corps birthday. So you make sure you put a little emphasis on that hoorah right there.
Hell yeah. So we're doing that. We're doing those things. We're working with the Texas Commission of the Arts. We're on their touring roster. I just came back from Puerto Rico. I did this big convention, and I'm working with the Texas Folk Life. It's exciting times. Now, in my work with the Texas Folk Life and the Texas Commission of the Arts, I'm actually now able to do speaking engagements. I did my first talk in Puerto Rico in front of a bunch of artsy PhDs, master's degrees, like educated people, academically inclined people, way smarter than I am.
I was telling you off air, I got to be a part of the folk life people.
Yes.
And I've talked about it before. Alicia, Sean, all those guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's super cool because it's the art of the accordion.
Yes.
And you get to hear the zydeco, the conjunto, the tejano, the people just playing chromatic, the polka from Germany. It's an art, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So for me to go to this, doing what I do was super cool because I saw it more as an art form.
Well, it is.
But I mean, I focused it looking at it as an art form versus it's Sunny Sauceda.
Well, yeah, because you live in it. You live in it, so it's different. It's a different appreciation for the culture, for the folklore of the art, and so I'm a part of that now. And so, if you're watching and you're an educator, or you work at a nursing facility, any kind of academic institution, now I have the ability to go to your place, and the state of Texas will fund that, support that. And, I get a lot of requests for, like I'm doing Career Day next week for NEISD. It's going to be my first Career Day. I've done Career Day for my Garden Ridge Elementary, my kids' school, just on the cool. But now this is a whole different level. And it's something that I've always kind of wanted to do, just haven't done it yet. Again, another one of my things, much like the realty thing that I'm doing now. I started today. And so it's very, very interesting. It's it's a lot of fun, honestly. I was a little worried that I wasn't going to have enough material to cover for an hour of a speaking engagement. But I went over.
Bro, easily. Sunny Sauceda. I mean.
The lady was back at me like, hey.
Dude, it's crazy. I like to tell sometimes when people that never done public speaking.
Absolutely.
Like in the Marine Corps, I remember you go to an instructor's course.
Yeah.
Right? And you go into this instructor's course and it's like they tell you, like they teach you how to instruct.
Yeah.
Right. How to get attention and right. And the way they do is like you come in and they got a video camera.
Yeah.
And they say, Sonny, today's your day. Here's this pencil. I want you to give me a course for at least 15 minutes.
On
this pencil.
Oh, okay. All right.
Right?
Yes.
And for the regular human being, for regular freaking submitted, they're like, what the? It's got lead, it's got an eraser. Like, what are you going to talk about 15 minutes?
First of all, we do not touch our eyes with lead.
But you don't realize how much
we don't need the pencil.
Shit you can make up from just a pencil, right? So I learned that from the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
But You
Well,
know,
you're good at it.
I've
You have training.
We've had a little training.
natural.
But again, ladies and gentlemen, if this is your first time watching, Bumper's never been in radio. Bumper's never been in TV. I don't have a radio show. I don't have a TV show. We do this. I mean, Eddie has a little bit. He's got a little radio background.
Eddie?
DJ Lightning back in
Even though
the
he
day.
double-clicked,
He's
even though
got
he
a little
double-clicked.
the beginning of radio app radio and stuff like that. So, but me, I don't have any of that.
But you have your training, though. That still applies.
Yeah, I mean,
That still
just
applies.
speaking in front of people,
Yeah.
I can. It doesn't bother me. But those of you that joined us tonight, dude,
Thank you.
it's just again, we just touched the wave tops. Sonny Sauceda, again, don't forget, he's an amazing dude, an amazing father, an amazing artist, and he represents our cultura to the fullest. ¿Qué más quieres? Right?
¿Qué más
So this is the part of the show that I give you the microphone. I shut the hell up. And you want to give any saludos, any thank yous?
You know,
the mic is absolutely yours.
Oh, buddy,
Mr.
you
Sonny.
can go take a restroom break if you want. We'll be here for a while. Welcome to the Sunny Sauceda
There you
Wacky Wednesday. Well, you get all the pizza you want and all the whiskey you want.
There you
And
go.
I need more whiskey, by the way.
Okay, I got you.
And
I got you.
First of all, thank you so much for having me. We had a great time. I want to thank, of course, all our viewers, all our sponsors, all our advertisers. Thank you so much for being a part of Bumper's show. You can keep going. Congratulations, of course, Bumper, for all these successful years, and of course, to all the artists that have been on this show. I have watched the show. A few times here and there when I get a minute, and you're doing a great job, and of course, thank you to of all the artists that have been on this show and who are willing to be a part of the show. When we first talked about doing this show, Bumper messaged me. He's like, it was on a Tuesday. I don't know what day it was, and I remember you messaged me. He's like, hey, can you do this show? I'm like, it's on a Wednesday, and I said, I rehearse on Wednesdays, bro.
Yeah. He remembers.
I remember.
This is a true dude right here. He's telling the truth.
And then I had never met him before. And it was the funniest interaction that I've ever had. And I met him, and his nephew introduced me to him. And my friend Aftermath, he's like, hey, this is my uncle Bumper. I was like, Bumper. And this guy right here, he said, hey, I'm Bumper. I was like, oh, yeah, hey, how you doing, Bumper? I said, yeah, we've talked before. I was like, we have. And he pulls out his phone, folks. This guy pulls out his phone. He pulls out his phone. He said,
Pa' que sepas.
Pinche llorón. Remember, you messaged me, and you didn't message me back. Said, ooh, you didn't message me back.
I was not a llorón. I just, for the fact, I've said it before the show. I've showed him. I tell you, there you go. You hear it from the horse's mouth.
He said, I was like, I was like, wow. I said, that's pretty petty for a Marine. Come on, man. I was like, that's pretty petty for a freaking Marine. I was like, come on, man. You can do better than that. I can do better than that. I said, it could have been like, hey, man, nice to meet you. I can't wait to get you on your show. And he's like, no, remember I messaged you and you didn't message me. Oh, my God. That was our first interaction, okay? And it was the funniest thing ever. I was like, did he really do that to me? Did he really say that to me? I was like, who is this guy? I don't know this guy. I was like, who is this? And then I found out he's a Marine. I was like, he's a Marine? I was like, I never known a Marine to be a pinche llorón. Never, ever.
Wow.
Anyway, but then we kept seeing each other. The first time we got to spend time together was in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
And then I said, and you were backstage, and I remember we would run into each other, and he would say, you need to do an interview. I was like, yeah, we'll do it. And we weren't able to do it. And then I think I asked you, hey, do you mind putting my cap over there by the drums? Remember I asked you? And he's like, no, I got you, bro. I got you. Oh, no, you asked me. He said, hey, man, are you okay with me saying, I think you said it. Can I say Saucy
McDickens?
I said, yeah, bro, that's cool, man. I've been called way worse. You can call me whatever you want. But here's the thing. The funny part is that, on top of all that, right, the thing is that, I have the utmost respect for our military, Marines. I always wanted to be a Marine. I even wore a high and tight when I was 19, man. I was this chubby little Mexican, and I'd go to this restaurants and say, oh, do you have your military ID? I said, no. But I would go to the barbers on Lackland. I would go to the barbers on Lackland. I would
get
go
a
to
high
Joe.
and tight?
I would get the high and tight. But so it's the funniest thing is because I just love the armed forces. I like to think that I would have been a great Marine because I love the whole mindset, the dynamic, the dichotomy, and I just feel that that's the one thing that I will never be able to do. I'll never be able to do that, and so I mean, like that's next level to me. Like when I meet a Marine, I'm like, man, that's awesome. Number one, I would never fight a Marine. He'll kill you. He will kick your ass. Number one.
Hey, but there's an age limit. Way, ya estamos.
Hey, but I always say, I'm probably not wrong, but even though you're no longer enlisted, you're never not a Marine.
Oh, that's true.
Because that's in your heart. That's
once a Marine, always a Marine.
Right?
That's it.
Exactly. So so I have the utmost respect for our armed forces, for our veterans, for our frontline people, our teachers, nurses, anybody who serves the public, of course.
First responders.
First responders, of course, absolutely 100%. And what a great way to connect with people, right? Because these are the people that serve you. People don't realize that, you signed that dotted line. I never forget the day my dad told me, when he was in the Army, and he says, mijo, when I went to the Army, they said, they kiss your mama goodbye, kiss your daddy goodbye. Like, we own you. You're going to be trained to be a killing machine.
That's it, man. I like to tell people it's, anybody joins the armed services, you're signing a check, right? And the amount is your life.
Absolutely.
At any point in time, the amount could be your life. You know what I mean?
100%.
So again, respect to all our veterans, man, to all our people serving.
Absolutely.
If you're watching, from Korea, Okinawa, any Germany, Italy, if you're watching from overseas, and I haven't said this in a long time. But I didn't mean to cut you off because I always say I'm going to shut up because your mic, right?
Yeah, you didn't shut up after all.
But here you go. I want to tell you this. One thing that artists don't get enough of. People always thank us military for our service. They always thank us.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I get it.
And we should.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah, and we should.
But, Sonny, let me tell you something, man. This right here, the sound that comes out of this thing right here, the vocals that you sing, what you represent, have always, and I'm speaking for me personally, no matter what kind of day you're having, whether you're in Afghanistan, whether you are in Iraq, wherever, Yemen, wherever you were at, and you just had a fucking shitty day, you could always come back and either have your computer, back then your MP3 player, right? And you can hear a Saucy McThickum song, and it fucking remind you of home. And I don't think people tell artists enough that thank you for making music and making our cultura where we could get it when we wanted it, and here's the most important thing, when we needed it. When we needed it the most. Artists always thank the military, but I'm here to thank the artists, and especially what I love, Tejano, Conjunto. Thank you guys for bringing us the music that eases our mind and always reminded us of home. And the reason that we were out there, and the reason that we were representing the people who we left behind. You did that. Your accordion did that. Your vocals did that. I don't say it enough, but it's true. It's absolutely true. Like these are things, and I can promise you, there's military guys behind me, 1,000 deep, that would agree with what I'm saying. It was always a great day. If you had a shitty day, you could just go to a corner, put on your headphones and listen to some badass Sonny Sauceda. Palominos, Mas, La Mafia. I could just go on and on and on and on and on. Jimmy Gonzalez. Like, it just reminded you that the world is still spinning and home is still home. And we had to get through whatever we had to get through because eventually we're going to come back home. And we're going to get to see Sonny Sauceda live on stage.
You know, my brother, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. You know, it's, number one, always an honor and privilege to be able to do what I do. The fact that we get to do what we do and maybe make a little bit to pay some bills, buy some diapers or medicine or whatever we need is the icing on the cake. But I don't ever forget that there are so many others that wish, dream, pray they could be in this position. And so I think it was a lesson that Jaime had taught me. He said, one day he said to me, we used to hang out a lot, and he said, Sonny, it's always an honor and privilege. He said, when you have to worry is when people don't know who you are anymore. I was like, wow, I didn't think about that. So we never forget. Like, I love to meet and interact with our fans. I don't even call them fans, I call them supporters. And in our industry, people. I appreciate it even more now that I'm doing the Texas country thing because I'm so proud of all the hard work that you're doing, that all these other award shows are doing, that all these young artists are doing. Like, I am so proud of every artist that is coming up because you know what that means for me? That means that our legacy, our music is secure and it's going to continue because I'm not going to be here forever. I'm not going to be here forever. So I have a new admiration and a new love for our culture. I go to the Tejano Music Awards, the Pura Vida or the Mundial Awards. I don't have to win. I don't care about that. I didn't even get into it for that. I'm great with everybody else winning because I want to see you win. I want to see her win. I want to see them like Shelly. Oh, I'm so proud of Shelly. Like, I'm so proud of Shelly. So that's where I'm at right now. You know, it's an honor and privilege, and it will never not be an honor and privilege. Like sometimes I get off stage, I'm like, oh, I'm tired. I'm like, trying to breathe, and people are there, and I'm trying. Let me get a pic. And I'm like trying to like, hold on, let me catch my breath. But then I gather myself, and I'm like, thank you so much. You don't know how many times I've driven in my car. I hear our song, I watch my video, and I'm in tears and crying because I am so blessed. I'm so fortunate. I love music. If I wasn't getting paid to do it, first of all, we don't get paid a lot of money to do it, right? I just love to play music. The fact that we get supported, and I've had a lot of support, brother. I've had so much support since day one. Like, way more than I deserve. Way more than I deserve. I'm not that good. I love it, and I work hard. I work my ass off. And it's not work because I love it. It's not even my passion anymore. It's my obsession. You got to be crazy.
And mark that for a t-shirt.
Mark that down.
Mark that for a t-shirt.
It's my obsession. I love it, man. So thank you to everybody who's been watching. We probably went way over.
It's all good.
And thank you for having me after all these years. And it's always an honor to be a part of whatever is going on in the business. It doesn't matter how big or small. You know, I try to go to every award show now, you know, because, you know, yeah, there was a time where I was like, it's whatever, right? But no, it's not whatever anymore. It's like, you got to go to support. Are you nominated? No, but I'm still going to go to support. You still have to go to support. So we have to, we all rise together. We all rise together, whatever it is we're doing. So kudos to you, brother. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, those of you guys that stayed with us all evening, thank you guys so much. It was an honor and privilege for me and Eddie to have somebody like Sonny Sauceda here in the studio. Not that, every artist that comes in here, it's an honor and a privilege. But Sonny's been around and he's been doing his thing for a long time. And Sonny, I honestly mean from the bottom of my heart everything that I told you on the show tonight.
Thank you.
I admire you for these things.
Thank you, brother.
And again, me and Eddie wish you nothing but the best, dude.
Thank you.
On all your future endeavors on Texas country, like don't forget about us.
Hey.
Yeah, when you're starting to play in Catskill, New York, or something North Dakota, don't forget about us.
Hey, Monday is regular trash day, and Thursday is recycle and regular trash.
Depending on where you live. Depending on where you live.
My son does it now, but still, I don't forget. I remind him every week. If not, my wife will do it, but I still don't forget to remind them. But it's still every Thursday, and if you live in New Braunfels, you know.
Yeah.
But thank you so much. We love you. We love you, love you, love you, love you. Thank you so much. Make sure you go support Bumper, support all our artists. Whatever it is, Texas country, Tejano, Norteño, regional Mexican, just go out there and support. We count on you. We count on you to go to the shows. It's buying the CDs, buying the merch.
Yep.
Don't call me for free tickets. If you love me, you pay. I don't pay. My dad used to pay to go see me play.
Damn.
That's how, because he understood. So we love you. We'll see you later.
And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, if you could just do me one favor this week, make sure you guys go out and vote. Whatever floats your boat, just go out and vote. There's many people who fight for that right for you. So don't go out there and vote, man. Again, I'm not here to tell you where to vote. I'm not here to tell you which way to vote, but I'm just going to tell you that I drink from this blue tequila bottle right here.
Did you kill the bottle?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much. Sonny Sauceda, thank you, man. I really, really appreciate it. A big round of applause for my producer, Eddie, behind the camera, working all the cameras, doing everything to give you guys the best product possible. And we'll see you guys next week. Speaking of Texas country, we got some more Texas country coming for you next week. We'll see you guys. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, bro.
Sonny, gracias.
Hey, thank you, brother. God bless you, bro.
We'll see you guys soon. Peace.